Here at Intoxicated Reviews, we intellectually dissect the art of cinema, scene by scene. Here's some clips.
All he is just a fucking big wooden doll full of cum, chasing kids around.
You look up guys who poop in a bag. Because I think that's where you'll find him. Because he is hurt.
It's probably just in your search history anyway, isn't it?
This movie fucking blows.
So don't forget to subscribe to Intoxicated Reviews on all places you find podcasts. Except Spotify. We're working on it.
Boys Club. Is it called Boys Club because my apartment looks like a boy lives in it?
I wouldn't say a boy lives in it. I would say a boy is kidnapped somewhere in here. Boys Club. We're everything. We're true crime. We're world star hip hop.
World star hip hop. We're Netflix reviews.
Stories of the day.
Boys Club.
Listen.
Yeah, do it. We're on iTunes. We're on Spotify. I think. No, we're not. And on Google Play. Nobody gives a shit.
Boys Club. Boys Club Podcast. Now with 90% more sound clips of black people. Boys Club. Touch me and I'll sue.
Do not take product if you are hypersensitive.
What's your moon and your rising sign?
Taurus.
And what's your rising?
Taurus.
So Pisces, Taurus, Taurus?
Taurus, Taurus.
I am Cancer, Leo, Leo.
I am
Cancer, Leo, Leo. You're a Leo moon.
Leo moon, Leo rising. I have a lot of Leo, a lot of Cancer.
What am I?
And then Capricorn.
I'm an Aries.
You're an Aries, Sun.
Oh, Aries, Taurus, Gemini.
Aries, Taurus. Oh, you're Taurus rising?
No, Taurus moon.
Taurus moon.
Gemini rising.
Oh. I'm a Taurus moon too. I don't really know what moon means. Is it like how you feel or something?
Well, moon is feminine and sun is masculine. So moon would be more about your emotional well-being and sun would be more about your you're extroverted. So yeah, moon would be introvertedness and sun would be more extroverted.
I feel like that's wrong.
I don't know, man. I feel like that's right. I'm going to back my own fact there.
I feel like you're somewhat on the right page, but there's more to it.
Oh, there's definitely more to it.
So, like, your rising sign is like
your
first
outwards
impressions. It's how people
perceive you.
Yeah.
Initially, like it's how you kind of go about your day to day.
Yeah.
Your air that you give off.
Is that are you talking about sun?
Rising. Yeah, because like for me, like I identify with Pisces a lot, but it's not outwardly who I am. But I also don't think I'm really outwardly a Taurus. Mind you, everyone in my life thinks I am. So maybe that's what makes me a Taurus, because I'm being stubborn and I'm not seeing I'm not actually seeing that I'm stubborn as fuck. And I just love touching myself and eating food and sleeping all fucking
I also
day.
love all of those things, so I feel that.
When I started really realizing how much I do those things, I was like, I am Taurus, because Taurus is very earth sign. So, and they're really into just feeling good, doing things that make you feel good. And that's me. Like when I'm stressed, I'll just self-soothe with orgasms and food.
I love
that.
it.
I love it.
I was gonna say,
that's all I do.
I was gonna self-soothe with finger fucking and finger looking good food.
Just a bunch of fingers.
What can I say? I like a lot of fingers up in my shit.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get it. Let's just fucking get it.
Just fucking do it.
I'm so excited right now. I'm here with Sarah and Lindsay from Momgasm Podcast.
I love that we both did it at the same time.
It's the podcast that makes me realize I'm not getting fucked enough.
If two moms are getting it more than you, well,
that's a bad sign. I'm so excited to have you guys on.
We're excited.
Welcome.
And thank you for the Fresh Puss.
We have the Fresh Puss cocktail, so
it's the new Momgasm drink. Cheers.
Well, we gotta cheers that. Yeah.
Mine's
We've been dealing with technical difficulties, of course.
I've been occupying myself
and
with...
Lindsay's just been going nuts on the cocktail.
Going ham.
Totally thought you just said tentacle difficulties. I was like... my mind immediately went to tentacle porn. I was
Okay.
like,
Another thing for the subject.
There's a question I now have. Is that your thing?
it's not my thing.
Has it ever
I
been your
have
thing?
watched it before.
I have
never
watched-
been my thing.
It's fucked, isn't it?
It is fucked.
Yeah, it's
Fucked
real
It
or
is
like
fucked.
delightfully so?
No.
Well, I have to say, my glass dildo is a tentacle.
Mine is too. I also have a tentacle
Fuck.
dildo.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, a tentacle
Oh,
dildo.
and it's called the Sacred Squirter.
It was also
Yeah.
almost called the octopussy.
Oh, yes, it was.
What the heck?
So it looks
Yeah.
like an octopus tentacle,
Yeah.
and it's like got this cute. Actually, we have pictures in our promo pictures that we just did. You are holding it.
Yes, I am. I'm holding it. Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's glass. It's like pinkish. It's got like bumps on one side, and it looks like a tongue, but it also looks like a tentacle.
Oh my god.
And it like curls
Right?
around your finger. It feels great.
It
to hold.
actually feels delightful.
Interesting.
Right? So, like, even though I say I don't watch tentacle porn, I use a tentacle dildo.
I watched a video that scarred me for life a while ago.
no.
It was at the time when, do you guys remember when like shocker videos were really popular?
Yeah.
And I watched a bunch of them, and now I'm just kind of desensitized to the world because I've seen so much.
Yeah.
There was one called Octopus Girl, and this is so fucked up, but she put like an octopus like up in her and then squeezed it out. And it is horrifying.
So, wait, like a live
I
octopus?
think it was alive.
How did it not get stuck?
I don't know.
Okay, no, it
was
had
like
to
a
have been
small
dead.
one.
If it was a real octopus,
would,
that would
like-
have sucked onto her.
Yeah. So
Latched
maybe it was
on.
dead.
And then it's like, ooh,
That's
you put
even
a
worse.
dead octopus
Yeah.
in your fucking puss. That's a dank puss right there.
I love how this is not even 5 minutes in. This isn't even 5 minutes in. And this is where we're at. Holy shit.
That's the dank puss drink right there.
Dang,
It's just gonna have an octopus tentacle coming out of the side.
It's pretty messed up. Pretty messed up. But we did make a cocktail. So this is inspired by you guys.
Yeah.
So Lindsay, you mentioned gin and tonics.
I did.
So the base of this.
You got me.
I got you on the
You
gin.
got me on the gin and
I
tonic.
love me a little bit of gin.
It's really good. And so we are drinking it with Nova Scotia Spirit Co., Willing to Learn gin and tonic. And there is some peach juice
Yep.
because the butt.
Yep.
And
the butt.
papaya.
I didn't even think of that. Shit,
That's
the
why I
butt.
said peach.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Okay.
Lindsay
alright.
said something with peach and papaya. It would incorporate both the butt and the pussy.
The butt and the puss.
Wow.
in one. So there's some fresh papaya in here as well as some mint and thyme.
My papaya got
The thyme actually got me. I was like, I don't know if it's going to taste good with thyme, but you know what?
It gives it a little something something.
It's fresh. It's fresh as fuck. Fresh
And-
as fuck puss.
So everyone needs to make the fresh puss cocktail at home.
Yeah, agreed. Mm-hmm.
We'll post the recipe.
Yeah, absolutely. This should be our drink. Oh my god, I wonder if Sourwood would sell this.
No, because they're a cider bar. They're just.
I like the way you think, though.
Right?
Yeah, that's
this
a
is
great
also
idea.
normally the way I think as well. But it's funny because this has come up on 2 episodes now. Like the last episode that we did, you were like, "Oh, we're gonna bring champagne." I was like,
I am
"It's a
still bringing
cider
champagne.
bar."
I am
you
bringing a
should.
mini champagne bottle and I'm
God.
chugging the shit out of it on stage.
Okay,
You're doing it with me.
Okay, we will chug mini
Yes.
champagne. Chug.
Why don't we have the champagne now? I should have brought champagne. Well, actually, I want you guys to plug this live show right now because I don't want to wait till the end of the episode in case people don't listen all the way through if we
My
scare
tits
them
are
off.
coming out already.
Get the tits out. Get the tits out.
You guys have a live show coming up.
Yes, we do.
What, why, where, when, how?
What? Well, it is a show recording live.
With us. In person.
And Venus Envy is coming, and they're bringing toys, and we're going to talk about some toys, maybe some lube, all of the good things. So it's going to be like part sex education, part demo.
Demo?
There will be some hand demo.
Showing
Yeah.
it. Showing the toys.
There will be some hand demo.
I think we'll probably have King Cock.
Maybe. I don't know if he's going to come. I don't know.
Who's King Cock?
Ooh, baby. Oh, but 10 inches of love,
Wait,
baby.
is this a person or a toy?
No, it's
oh,
a
okay.
toy. I mean,
got very
it's big enough to
excited.
have its own entity.
we
Right?
should give it
I
eyes.
still really want to give it eyes and maybe
Yeah.
a wig. 'cause
Oh
it's
my
really
God.
delightful. Maybe a little goatee.
I don't know why, but I see it as a redhead. I don't know why,
I'm
with like a
okay with
Scottish
that.
accent.
So it's Jamie from Outlander.
Oh my God.
tartan scarf. Jesus Christ.
So we're
10
doing
inches.
We're doing the show at Sourwood, November 25th. We have Venus Envy coming, and then we're also having T from Tied Up Tea coming, and she's going to do some really fun things. I think we're practicing Monday with children. So we're going to have really fun stories about that.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
That's going to be good.
I've always wanted to take like a rope class or something.
Oh, man. It's going to be delightful. I had the pleasure and the privilege of working with her once before. I went on a shoot with her, a group shoot. And like she's lovely and she's knowledgeable and she's awesome.
She's
and
also a mom.
I was just gonna fucking
Oh,
say
really?
that. Yeah, she's also a mom, which is really, really cool. So I'm super pumped that she's gonna be there. I'm also super pumped for what she's going to be doing with us.
I know.
We're not
With us. I don't want to give too much away,
No.
but there will be ropes involved. So one of the things that we love to do with all of our live shows is we love to bring that visual component in because
Absolutely.
I mean, anybody can listen to the show after the fact because we're always going to put it up.
Yeah.
But it's so much different than being in the room, having the energy there, and then also adding that visual component of something.
You
that
can
we're
do so
doing.
much funner things and interactive things
Exactly.
with a live show. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, November 25th at Sourwood Cider. We've only got 10 tickets left, which is really exciting. And it's from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. But we're also going to be sticking around afterwards for a little like meet and mingle and continue the drinking shenanigans with us.
And we've got door prizes.
We've got fucking door prizes
Oh, that's amazing.
from Venus Envy,
hell
which is
yeah.
delightful.
Hell yeah.
I think there is a one of those like suction vibrator things.
Yeah.
in
Ooh, I got
there,
one of
like-
those.
Lots
I
of
don't.
lube.
I've never tried one.
You never tried one?
Never tried one.
Oh my god, it's
I want to.
amazing. I have the Satisfier, which is kind of like the Womanizer, but it's a different kind of version.
I think, did we look at that one? in
We
Venus
did.
Envy? Yeah.
Just burping.
It's the most revolutionary thing I think that I've ever experienced.
Okay, well now I need to get one.
It's just very different. Like it's, I'll be honest. Like I was torn between that and like just getting like a magic wand.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's just a different kind of like pressure because it's like gentle, but it's different. Like I don't know. Like no human could do. It's like Air Pulse technology or something like that.
That's what I want. I want gentle.
And it's sneaky. Like it's intense, but the orgasm like sneaks up on you.
You're like, oh, this is kind of
Yeah.
nice. Whoa.
Yeah, that's essentially what happens.
Apparently that's
like
the noise of my
I don't-
orgasm.
I don't use it regularly
queef when
because
I
it's so
orgasm.
intense.
Really?
Because I find that it's we'll get into orgasms and stuff because I got so many questions.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Yeah, this is let's friggin' people who don't know what Momgasm is. Can you tell which I don't know who you are and what you've been doing?
Who the fuck are we?
What rock you've been living on that you don't know? But what is the podcast? What is it all about?
The podcast is basically about me and Lindsay exploring our sensuality while also being mothers.
Yes.
So we're trying new things. We're
so many new things.
So many new things. We're explaining our experiences that we've already previously had and kind of our journey up until this point. Our journey before we became mothers and how our sex life has changed and differed and has grown, and how not just about sex, but how sex is kind of affecting us on a whole different level, just everything about us.
Right.
So we're really promoting the message that pleasure, it's not just one realm, it's not one facet. Pleasure affects every part of your life. And as moms, like it's so important to incorporate that in your life, not only for self-care purposes and to keep your mental health as, as great as you can keep it, but it's also, a great way to get out of your whole mom kind of sphere. You know? Like when you become a mom, you're kind of like one track, chores, taking after the kids, doing this, that, and the other. And then when we discovered, bringing pleasure back into it, it opened us up to so many different things in the podcast, really.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's when we began talking about it.
Yeah, it's also about creating an avenue and a safe space for people to engage in these conversations because I mean, sex is one of those things that you always desperately want to talk to somebody about, but you don't always feel like it's accessible to talk about, or how do I broach the topic?
Right.
So if you and your girlfriends are all listening to Momgasm, that's like your fucking window in. So it's an opportunity to sit down and hear two women who are also happen to be mothers having these kind of conversations that you always wish that you could be having.
Right.
That then opens the door for everyone to start having the same conversations. And then we also are bringing people into our sphere that are helping expand our knowledge and our experiences and pushing the boundaries of what's normal and accessible in the world of pleasure.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I was just telling them before the mics came on that like I've been listening all day and I'm just blown away by like how deep you go and how it's like it's a crazy journey, first of all, starting a podcast, but then to be going through personal journeys and all this personal growth and like a lot of you guys are talking about healing and stuff like that. All the while you're recording it, and now you have these like audio diaries to look back on. Yeah, it's insane. Like you're capturing a really pivotal time in your lives.
Yeah,
and then like to have that help other people and have other people enjoy it must be like amazing.
It is. From my perspective, Momgasm has really helped me uncover the trauma in my life, and pleasure was really what got me to that point. Experiencing pleasure in all these different forms led me to this point in my life where I thought, okay, like there's a lot of shit that I'm not dealing with, and a lot of it did have to do with sex. And
I feel that really hard.
Fuck yeah. And I feel like
that.
Not just women, but I feel like men feel that on a scale too. I mean,
big time.
The episode that I did with my husband Oliver, we're both going through this transition, and all of it is around sex, and we're realizing that so many of our life experiences come out in the bedroom, and it affects how we treat ourselves and how we treat our partners.
Yeah.
And if we're not openly talking about it like we are through our podcast, it just keeps getting suppressed and comes out in really negative ways, or it never comes out and we become unhappy. Right?
Yeah, so true.
It's really helped me and my husband open up this whole new world that we knew kind of was there, but the podcast has just blown it up, and for that it's like I'm so fucking thankful. So we have the really, really deep level of it, but then we also have the the ecstasy and the fun and having live shows. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's so many elements.
I was gonna say also, like, even in the deepest of deep episodes that we've had, you're guaranteed to laugh at some point.
Absolutely. You guys seem like you're having fun with each other.
Oh
like,
my God, yeah.
And you get goofy sometimes, and it's great. You don't want someone to be like dead serious the whole time.
No, and that was one of the things that we really wanted to come through, especially live on stage.
Oh yeah.
We wanted to be able to talk about these important topics, about inviting play back into the bedroom, but it does make people feel uncomfortable. Us on stage with two strap-ons, it does make people feel uncomfortable. So we're like, we've got to do this on a scale where we bring fun into it and make people laugh, as
and
well
loosen
as
it up.
Exactly.
Loosen it up.
You don't want a tight butthole. So.
No. This is absolutely fascinating to me. So I used to always start my episodes with a friendship origin story. Now, mind you, like, we've just met through the podcasting realm, so it's not a very interesting story how we met. But I want to know how you guys, what the origin is here, and how you guys met.
Okay.
How did this friendship blossom?
Can I tell my version?
Yeah, you tell.
Because I remember the day you walked in, bitch. I remember. So I was living my best life.
What age?
I was just going to say my age, and I'm trying to remember. That was, what, 8 years ago? 8 years ago. It would have to be 8 years ago because it was before we were both married.
22? Yeah, I think we were 20.
30 minus 8 is 22.
Yeah.
So I was a fresh, young, skinny as fuck 22-year-old.
Yeah.
And I was working my ass off as a supervisor at Starbucks.
Scotia Square. What?
Scotia Square.
Yeah.
And
shout out.
This fresh, young, pin curls, red lipstick babe comes walking in, and in your fucking pencil skirt. And I'm like, who is this?
Fucking pencil skirt.
Who is
pin curls?
this? You had like
Longer hair?
Yeah, I used to have like platinum blonde hair.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
And so she comes strolling in, and I'm like, who is this bitch? She looks fun. And I think it was like before the end of your first shift, we realized that we both had long-term partners.
Yeah.
And we were both getting married, and we were both the same age, and we were like, what the fuck? This never And then we went from there to like drinking repeatedly at your house and going to the Dome.
So many ragers.
As you do.
The Dome! Yes, the Dome!
I was like, is the bell there just for the Dome?
Just for the Dome.
It's the Dome bell.
Should we take a shot every time we say the Dome?
Oh, God. The Dome has come up so much on the show.
Really?
Well, because it's rooted in, like, because we're around the same age. I'm 32.
Yes.
So, like, at the prime of my drinking life was the Dome days and the dollar drink days.
Oh, yeah. Before it became
Specifically.
illegal.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel, yeah.
It was made illegal for a reason. That shit was crazy.
So many fights happened outside of the Dome. Like,
Yeah.
so many things. Many things. But yeah, we have been together, but also not for a very long time. And it's funny, I think I said this on our show, like when we first met and were hanging out initially, I had this like, there's something about this chick, but not yet. And then we kind of parted ways. You left.
Yeah, I moved away. Yeah.
Were you guys super close at this point?
No.
Just kind of party friends?
Yeah, you would come over to my ragers, and I'd be like, there's that hot bitch in that red dress with the long, brown, luscious fucking hair.
Amazing.
And her boyfriend,
quiet
husband,
and
Jeff,
stands in the
who's
corner.
so fucking quiet. And I'm like, Jeff, I just want to take you out of your shell.
Oh, he's out now.
He's out now. Oh,
Jesus,
Jeff.
he's out now. I love that he's out now. He's out now, like a large part because of this podcast. Which is really exciting.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, the amount of growth that has happened in that man between like the start of the podcast and now, it's unreal.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, it's been really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were friends.
Oh yeah, we would
workmates.
shout out to each other on the sidelines, like whenever something big was happening. Like when you had your kids, I was like, Lindsay, oh my god! Like we would meet up every now and again, but we weren't really in each other's lives full time.
No.
But then January of this year, I think it was before January.
It was before January.
It was
It was
November. November of last year.
I was like, fuck.
You messaged me and you were like, because we kept saying, let's get together.
For like 2 years.
For like a long ass fucking time.
We're like, yeah, let's do that thing.
Let's do it. And it just never happened.
That's such a typical thing too.
So typical.
Friendships.
So you messaged me and you're like, let's finally fucking do it. Let's get together. And I was like, yeah, I think now is the time.
Yeah.
And then we had a mom date. And as soon as we sat down, we had some drinks at Lot 6. And it was just like, something was different. It like clicked in a certain way.
Yeah.
And the conversations that were flowing out were momgasm conversations.
Oh, yeah.
And like we were jiving, it was feeling really good. So we had 2 more dates after that, and the last one was at
Water and Bone.
Water and Bone. We had ramen.
We got fancy bitches
Oh,
up in here.
yeah.
Except for the second date, it was really great for me because our waitress hit on me the entire night.
Yes,
like aggressively,
Really?
aggressively, and
I swear every
I
day.
loved the shit out of it. Like it was a
Yeah.
good moment for me. I was like, still got
Yeah.
hell
2
fuck yeah.
babies deep.
Yeah, that was a good
It
night.
was a great night. And
Yeah.
then Water and Bone was when
We birthed it.
we birthed it. We birthed
Yeah.
the idea.
We
It
were. I
happened.
think I was telling you about like some spiritual shit that was going on.
and then I was commiserating and saying like, I'm so happy for you. That's incredible. I miss that shit so much. Like my
Yeah.
life I went from like feeling so spiritually connected and like so divinely guided for so many years. My nails are disgusting, which I just realized.
you can't see them.
You can when I'm
You
talking.
can when you do that.
Anyway, I then was like, I am going through this period of time where I had this traumatic experience after I had my baby, and all of my passion and inspiration disappeared, and I feel like I don't have intuition anymore, and it's really fucked up. And then
God.
I was talking about all of the things that I thought I was going to be doing up to that point, and I was like, I was supposed to be 6 months deep into a podcast by this point. And then I literally was saying, I feel like everybody's telling me to do it alone, and I feel like I'm waiting for a co-host. And then it like the words fell out of my mouth.
Yeah.
And I was like you. I was like you. Do you want to do a podcast with me? And your reaction
was just like, yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah, I really fucking do.
That's unreal.
And then-
so you wanted to do
man.
one
Yeah.
yourself.
Well, so my business before Sarah and I got together was Loving Myself Loudly. I had spent like dedicated my entire life to my own self-love journey, and then I was at the point where I was passing on all of the things that I had learned and doing retreats and doing workshops and speaking at events and doing all of these really cool things. And the next evolution for me, I was like, oh great, I'll do a podcast while I'm on maternity leave, because that seems like something that's easily accessible for me. Like it's an hour recording once a week and then I'll take 2 hours to edit. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Didn't fucking happen because it just was not the right time and I was clearly supposed to do something else. And so it was really weird where I went from this like height of my career of like people reaching out to me, people being like, come speak at our event, come do this thing. We want to do another retreat and selling things out, to like feeling so inspired to nothing.
Yeah.
Like nothing. And for me, that's super weird because I'm totally one of the people that like wake up in the morning, I'm like, what am I supposed to do today? And then I do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what am I supposed to do today?
Nothing. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Shit the
fucked.
bed. I feel that.
At that early on, I probably did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy because it's like the moment it came out of my mouth where I was like, I think I want you to do a podcast with me. And you were like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the floodgates opened again. And suddenly I was like, goosebumps all over. I was like, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is why I'm here. This is why we've been getting together. Yeah. And then we start describing like the exact same colors, the same feel,
the same logo,
the same look.
Yeah.
Like it was,
Wow.
It was freaky.
Like on the same page with everything.
Yeah, and then the next
Yeah,
day
yeah.
I was in meditation, and that's when Momgasm came to me.
And then we had the logo, I think, like 3 days later, or like super soon after. And then we made
I went
the
to
Insta.
fucking Costa Rica the next day, though.
I think we made the Insta before you left, didn't we? Yeah.
I was
and
like,
then,
oh, here it is.
Like, it's just been going ever since. And then we had our first episode April 1st, and now we have like our first full-length live show this November.
It's wild. It's wild. It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
We also have some like big fucking guests coming up.
Yeah, 2020 is gonna be good. 2020 is gonna be a good.
We've got
year
some sick, like
for
some
Momgasm.
like I can't even believe that this is happening. But
Oh my God.
Like I can't. I don't want to give away like who, but it's a.
Can you hint?
I'm gonna hint. It's somebody from a very well-known daytime talk show that is Canadian based.
Yes.
And that's all I will give away.
Yeah.
Which is, and then also some authors of some phenomenal book that changed Sarah's life.
Which
Yeah.
one? Oh wait, we can't really say.
No, sneak.
We can't say.
Yeah.
Tell me, can you tell me later though?
I'll tell you
Okay,
later.
so we will tell you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, here we are. It's just
Holy shit.
been a wild fucking ride. It really has. Like,
Wow.
we were like talking about it at the best of ball, I think, like our trajectory up until this point.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy how it's so compacted and so much has happened in this small amount of time.
Yeah.
But that's because when we birthed this idea, like it was detailed, like extremely well detailed.
Right.
Like we knew exactly what we wanted to do. And I think because it's been so pinpointed and so just utterly focused, all of these things have been coming toward us. And I think just talking about sex on such a public scale, people aren't used to that.
No, they're not.
Especially moms, two moms doing it.
I think that layer
Yeah.
gives you a niche.
Yeah.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Not that you can't listen if you're not a mom. Like we actually have quite a few listeners that aren't moms, that fucking love the show. I actually met one the other day at a coffee shop. She's like a student at university and she fucking adores the show. And she's like, I listen to every fucking episode. I was just
men
listening
who
to you.
listen.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
that's
love
good.
I
Sweet.
love when the boys listen.
I know, right? It's fantastic.
Yeah, that adds a whole other layer to it.
Yeah.
It's really, it's really cool. And it's, again, like it's not only wild what's happened in the trajectory and growth of like the podcast and business itself, but it's like the personal growth and journey that we've been on in individuals, and then the growth and journey that we've been on in our relationships too. Like has been like there's nothing that this podcast isn't touching that is growing as a result of this podcast existing. And then it's like to think about, okay, well, if we're going through all these things, what are all the people who are listening to the podcast experiencing, and like having snippets of their stories. Like we had a fucking listener reach out to us the other day and share that she had an amazing experience with her partner that she never thought would ever happen because of our show and one of the things that we had done and talked about on the show. Yeah. It then like led to this unprompted moment of absolute glory for her.
That's
Sexual
amazing.
victory. That's what it was. Yeah.
God damn.
And so it's like, and those stories bring me so much joy. I think you wrote back to her. You were like, I feel like a proud mom. And I'm like, that sums it up. Yeah.
Exactly.
That sums it up like perfectly.
Yeah.
Well, you're empowering people.
Yeah. Empowering ourselves at the same fucking time.
Yeah.
It's
delightful.
It's like, I know I keep saying it, but it's like Inception. Like there's all these different layers to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. It's like my favorite descriptor lately.
Why? I know. I'm like,
Inception.
Have you watched that?
I gotta watch that movie again, I think.
Inception?
Yeah. I think this is just like my sign to watch it. I don't know.
You watch it, and you're like, no, it's terrible.
It's not. Oh my God.
I know it's
you
not.
think it,
I know, I'm
okay,
kidding.
wow.
Whoa, podcast almost just ended right here.
You need another drink.
I do.
Let me actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring the ingredients to us.
Oh, yay!
We don't have to get up, because I don't want to get up.
That's a great idea.
So here's the gin.
Look, there's a podcast logo. This is so weird. I want it to be like this.
She's like, look, there's your podcast. Logo. I love it. My face is warm.
It's warm.
It's actually,
You look
less hot in here than
beautifully
it normally is.
flushed.
The heat's turned off for some strange reason.
I don't know. Sorry. I apologize. Please cut this weirdness out.
Don't cut
It's
it
all
out.
staying. Anytime someone says cut the weirdness, I'm like, it's staying in.
We're like... Anyway.
So fill up another drink. That's
great.
Do we have a shot glass? Or am I just fucking free
I say just free pour.
Just free pour it. Mm-hmm. Or you could use those candle holders over there.
Just get some wax
Why
up in
not?
this drink.
I was lighting love candles for the Halloween episode. So I went to the neighborhood witch and I was like, I'm getting over somebody. So I was like, I need some
Oh my God, I
banishing.
forgot that there was a shop for a minute. And I was like, you have a neighborhood witch?
Man,
Oh my God,
badass.
I would visit her every single day.
too.
Seriously.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I literally was like,
I love that little store though. I mean, I don't know if the candles do anything, but they're like, the pink ones are for love and the red ones are for passion. And I was like, let's just light them both. And just like have them around me at all times. Please.
Just walk around town with a candle holder with the fucking candles.
That's 2 shots.
Bring me love.
I'm scared.
I think that's like 1.
Okay.
I think you definitely do more than that.
Yeah.
And there's ice in that silver bucket too. If you want some ice.
Okay, I'm going to stop there.
Yeah.
I value my
That
life.
is all gin.
I love that you were like, oh, it's only 1 shot. Do more. Fuckers.
It's okay.
Glad you're driving me
driving
home.
you home. It's okay.
Come home, be like, hey, babe, wanna fuck?
What a fuck.
Just fall asleep.
Oh my gosh. There you go. And then the tonic there.
You got
Oh,
it.
Jesus. It's heavy. Where's the ice? I should have iced it first.
Oh, ice in a silver bucket.
Oh, it's right here.
Yeah. My plan is to have it all here so that we don't have to move.
I love the way you think. Oh my
I
God.
used to have a scooper for it. You're just going to have to use it.
What
is this?
Oh, that's your tit in my face is what that is.
Oh, what is that? Oh,
What is this?
my lights. So they change color.
do. Oh, yeah, they do.
That's aggressive.
I don't know what color we want. What's like the Momgasm?
Do you have orange?
If you have orange.
Orange we definitely have.
Fuck yeah. I love that your ice bucket is like a garbage pail.
That's what everyone says.
I love it.
Everyone says
Well, I'm glad I'm one of everybody now.
Ooh, red.
I've always wanted. Yeah, it's orange.
Ooh, yeah.
There we go.
I feel like I'm gonna go to drink this and be like,
I hope it doesn't spray. It's my fear.
I don't want to be responsible for this.
No, you got this. You got this. You got this.
You're good.
You got this.
You're good.
There we go. We're good.
Okay.
I was like
Crisis-
watching. I'm like,
crisis
I'm shocked I haven't
averted.
spilled anything on my equipment yet with the amount of alcohol and
Wow, yeah.
liquids that have been on this table.
Okay, don't jinx it now.
Yeah.
I mean, I say it all the time though. I think I'm. Someone's watching out for me
Like, how strong do I
somewhere.
want this?
Yeah, give that a little tasty taste.
Let's figure it out.
Ooh, it's going to be pretty ginny.
Oh, she Jenny.
Oh yeah, honey.
Oh yeah, honey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can smell the gin.
The pine. Does it smell like a pine tree?
I fucking love gin.
Yeah.
Love gin.
Gin's like my second go-to with cocktails, I think. Vodka's my first.
Wait, where'd the
Vodka?
wine go?
Yeah, vodka, but I think that gin is like
Vodka
a sister to vodka.
I fucking hate vodka.
Really?
Can't do
I love
vodka,
vodka.
can't do rum, can't do...
dying to me.
Yeah.
Tastes like dying.
Died so many times while drinking.
I puked so many times drinking rum and vodka that it's like every time I smell a drink, especially like orange juice and... What would you always drink? Orange juice and rum?
Orange juice and vodka?
Orange
Screwdriver?
Yeah.
The screwdriver.
I puked so many times drinking those when I was a teenager. Yeah.
Yeah, and vodka cranberries for me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I used to not have soda. Like I used to just do vodka with cranberry juice. Puked all the time, and it would burn coming up my throat.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
because of the citrus.
Yeah.
Now I just do my go-to drink is just a regular vodka soda with like a lemon wedge. It's like the most boring white girl fucking.
I know a lot of people who drink that. Vodka soda with lemon wedge. Or lime. Lemon?
Not bad, but
It's just like it gets me drunk and doesn't make me feel like shit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of zoom in right there. Oh, there's so much fun stuff I could do with like the video aspect of this.
God.
So question. So you're both married.
Yeah.
When did you meet your husbands?
I think around the same time.
Really?
I met my babe in high school and I fucking hated him.
Really?
Fucking hated that
Was it
asshole.
2006 you met him?
Yeah, no.
You met him before?
First year. So I graduated in 2007. So 2006, 2005. 2005, I think I knew of him. 2006 was when we met in the hallway and he was an asshole to me.
Oh.
And then he just lurked around.
Fucking bitch.
So like grade 11-ish?
Yeah, and then I went to a party in November. We're like 12 years deep officially this November. It was the first weekend in November. Went to a party. It was a Halloween themed party. I was a month fresh from open heart surgery. So I was like stitches up to here, like still had my tape on.
Wow.
And went and drank my fucking face off at this party.
Oh,
terrible life choices.
yeah. I've
yeah,
never had
that's not
open
the
heart
best.
surgery, and I'm not a doctor, but just with
Probably not
common
the best.
sense, that does not sound like a good thing to do.
It's not ideal. It's
Not the best idea.
It's not recommended.
Yeah, no one please do that.
Anyway, so I went to this party and I drank to oblivion. Like we also hotboxed a car at some point.
You hotbox a car? Open heart surgery?
This
Dear
was
God.
at a point in my life where I just wanted
You
to
are so
die.
punk.
I wanted to die. It's like, no, I was just severely depressed is what it was.
Isn't that really punk though?
Emo maybe.
Emo, yeah.
emo, right.
Anyway, so I was chasing after my ex who had like broken my heart right before open heart surgery. And then I tripped down the last couple of stairs because there was like girls fucking in a bedroom. And I was like, you bitches can't go in there because the boys were swarming.
Fucking
And they were
teenagers. Fucking in a bedroom.
They're doing things together. And I was like, fuck off out of here, you assholes. And I like tripped on the last two stairs and Jeff happened to be at the bottom and he caught me. So he kind of like caught me from stumbling over.
Shut the hell up. This is a romantic comedy
Oh,
right now.
it is.
What?
It is. And then he just quietly followed me around for the rest of the night without saying anything, like didn't say anything, attempted to stop me from drinking a few times. That didn't work. And then finally, like near the end of the night, I was sitting on the island looking into the living room and he was sitting in front of me on the wall. And I was looking at my ex who was like making out with this 14-year-old girl. And then I was like, you're disgusting. Like, why are you kissing a child? And then I finally looked at the guy who was in front of me who had been following me all night. And I was like,
Stalking.
you know, you're kind of cute. Do you want to kiss? And then we made out and he kissed like a fish and it was disgusting. And then he tried to get in my pants all night. Also, we got the only bed because I can't sleep on the floor because I can't get up from the floor because of my open heart surgery. So I got to sleep on the bed. And so we slept on this like tiny little twin bed together and tried to get in my pants, which I was like, I'm just in open heart heart surgery? Also, no. And then he threw up a whole bunch.
A tale as old as time.
And then he woke up and he had to go to work in the morning at Walmart. At Walmart. So he fucking woke me up and was like, is it okay if I ask for your number? It was really nice. Like,
I love this
partying
impression.
with you. It was great. Anyway, so I was like, oh, okay. So he got my number, and then he just kept coming to parties that I was at. And then like a month and a half later, somebody was like, oh, so you're dating Gay Hoff now? Which was what they called him in high school. And I was like, I don't know, am I? And so I texted him and I was like, is this a thing? You should probably like clarify this shit. He was like, I just assumed.
This is a man response.
And now we're married with 2 children.
You've been together literally ever since high school.
Yeah, so there was a period of breakup. I think we were apart for maybe a month. Maybe a month or 2.
Okay.
But we were still together. Like, we were still talking. It was kind of the point in our relationship where we were like, is there something else out there? Because both of us had only ever slept with each other.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, so we'd only ever been with each other. And we were like, what if there's something more out there for us? Right. I don't know. Is this going anywhere? We're really young. And then we were apart. And then some weird, shitty things happened because I made some poor life choices. And then he was the person that like I called. He was my person that I called that day. And I think it was like 3 days after that. Oh no, we broke up because I like fingered a girl at a party.
Nice. You and the finger fucking.
I love it. I love your passion for it because I also quite enjoy it.
Finger fucking or finger fucking girls?
I've never finger fucked a girl, but I would like to.
Yeah,
just to know what it's like.
I also ate her out.
Do it.
I've never done
it. Was a
either.
good time.
You ate her out?
I did.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
A room of people watching too.
Really?
Yeah.
It was. Which I had forgot at the time when I had told him about it. I still don't think he knows this yet. Which, sorry, babe, now you know. But that was kind of like the thing that broke us up. But that was kind of almost my intention, I think, where I was like, I've not really done anything with anybody else. Isn't this what I want? I was also mad at him at the time, and I was a stupid young child.
Right.
And so after that, we were apart for a bit. We tried to see other people, didn't work, and then we got back together. And it was really funny because I still vividly remember this moment where we were like sitting on my bed, and we were talking. I don't remember what we were talking about exactly, but then finally we kind of both looked at each other and we were like, I feel like this is like a forever thing. And then we kissed, and it was like those kind of movie moments where there's like fireworks. And it's like it was fucked.
Was there actual fireworks?
No, but I had
to ask.
But it felt like it. And what's really interesting is we kissed, and then I looked at him, and he was like, "Did you feel that?"
Shut up! Oh my! This is a movie.
It was.
Stop it!
It was. And then we've been together ever since.
Oh my god!
And now we're like, time.
That is wow!
Motherfucking
what a story!
Yeah, it's really funny. And now we're like discussing opening up our relationship. So
I literally, first I want to hear. Okay, how did you meet your man?
It was literally around the same time.
Like high school age? High school.
Yeah, Ollie moved over from England in 2006. Came off fresh off the boat, plucked him off, and then I fucked him. No. That's great. Yeah, we met in 2006. He was my prom date, and then we started dating in 2007. Our 12th year anniversary was October 12th. Yeah, I wooed the pants off him. He was like the most like picturesque, like, you know, like when you were a teenager, you would watch those like cheesy rom-coms of like the American going over to England and meeting like the most typical English guy. That was fucking Ollie. Dear like God. He came off the plane. Well, I didn't see him come off the plane, but he came into my high school.
Bitch just stalking the airport, waiting for her man.
And he's like 6'4". He was like the tallest motherfucker in the school. And he had a brother, he was 2 years younger, and they were called the Two Towers. And my best friend had already knew about them. And I was like, whoa, wait, there's 2 fucking English guys in our school and I didn't know about it? She was like, wait till you fucking see them.
Oh, God.
So I'm like, oh, damn. So I got his MSN handle.
Woo! MSN!
Fucking MSN.
Yes, I'm a little disappointed that it wasn't ICQ.
Oh, it's so great.
Fuck. So I got his handle. We started talking. And then I remember the first time I saw him in school, I remember like it's so vivid in my brain. I was at my locker and I had already worked it out that when I saw him, I was going to drop my books and it was going to be like the movies. He would pick them up and give them to me. He'd be like, Sarah, it's you. And I'd be like, oh, Oliver, it's you. And then we would have that moment. So I see him coming down the hallway with his little brother. The Two Towers are approaching. And I'm like, this is my moment. So I start sweating profusely. I'm like, Jesus God, what do I do? And I grab the books and I'm like, you got this, Sarah. And I start walking down the hallway and I'm like shaking and I'm so nervous. And I'm trying to lock eyes with him and I see he's about to go down the stairs. So I'm like, hustle, Sarah, fucking hustle. So I walk faster and I drop the books and I'm like, I fucking did it, I did it. And then his little brother picked up the fucking books. Ollie didn't even fucking see me. Charlie picks them up, gives it to me, and I was like, thank you. So really, I should have ended up with Charlie.
Whoa.
But I ended up with Ollie.
Alternate universe.
Yeah. He was like the most perfect, like tall. He was emo. He had long brown hair.
Love an emo man.
He always wore a jean jacket and Converse, and he was just like everything that I was not into. Like,
really?
I was a partier. I used to do a lot of acid. Like I fucked around a lot. And he was like just nothing that I would ever go for. But I was like, especially emo. Like I was not into emo. Like
right.
I was a Led Zeppelin girl. That's who I partied with people who were like, classic rock nerds.
Right.
And then I go for this guy and it was... Here we are, fucking 12 years later.
It's funny. It's really funny though because like I was super not attracted to Jeff in any way, shape, or form at the beginning.
That's so interesting.
Like at all. He was this stupid, annoying punk kid that just like literally lurked around the halls.
Punk kid and emo kid.
Yeah,
nice.
but Remora approached me and that was the end.
That's what I always find so interesting about like people who are married, like and hearing people say, I wasn't attracted. Or like I wasn't instantly attracted.
Now I think he's the hottest piece of ass ever.
It's like you really gotta give people a chance. That's kind of what I take away from it. Like, like I feel like nowadays, like you guys you didn't meet your men in this age, which is Tinder age. It's so like I don't know. It's just hard.
I'm like, I don't know how people do it.
I'm considering like getting Tinder at this point.
Well,
like,
if
I'm
we have
really
time,
curious.
we could do a Tinder takeover. If you wanna hop, if I can give you guys my phone.
Oh Jesus!
And you can see the world.
Oh my God!
I have never been on Tinder ever.
That's really.
We'll do that at the
interesting
end.
to me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If we got time and you guys don't want to go home.
Oh my God.
We can totally do a Tinder takeover.
Tinder takeover.
Yeah. I always like. I'm not really on the apps anymore. I just hate them. I think everyone with online dating apps, like they go on them, they go off them, they go on. Like it's just this love-hate fucking relationship. But it just feels like it's what you have to do in this day and age.
I also feel like it would be so much work, and also like just an influx of dick pics.
You know what? You can't send dick pics.
Oh, hallelujah.
On the actual app. So if you add someone, like if you get their number or something, then they would send
game over.
Yeah, then they would send dick pics. Like I've gotten dick pics actually like through like Instagram DMs.
Oh, for sure.
And like Facebook Messenger.
Same.
More than Tinder. Because you can't actually send pictures in the
Okay, well, good.
messaging.
That makes me feel better because I'm not missing out on as much as I thought I was.
Yeah. It's terrible. You
honestly
didn't miss much.
I am surprised that I've not gotten any dick pics from the latest like photo stuff that I've been posting.
Yeah.
I am shocked that no dicks have come into my DM. This is not an invitation.
Yeah,
Maybe
no
it's
invite.
because it's you and a guy, so they're like, oh.
No, I've had a few like comments where there was some people that were like, yeah, she fucking wants it hard. What? From guys on the
but I
comments,
bet you
which I'm like,
did want it hard.
I was like, you're not wrong.
Just not from you.
You should have
man.
just said that. Yeah,
Not wrong.
Well, you're not wrong.
I didn't. I just didn't.
I did want it hard.
I didn't do anything with it, but I think it was she's begging for it, and I'm like, I don't beg for anything, asshole.
Do you know what's so funny? When I was scrolling my Instagram feed and I came across one of your pictures, I literally thought it was you in bed with Jeremy Saunders for a split second. Like I had to do a second take because I at first was like, is that a picture of is it Bridie and Jeremy?
All right, Jeremy, if you're listening,
and
to
then
this,
I was like, wait, why is
take
Lindsay
two?
with Jeremy?
Take two. Let's go.
What happened? Collaboration? What is this? What? And
Let's
then I was
find
like,
Jeremy on Tinder and swipe right. Is that good?
Swipe right.
Yeah.
Right is right. That's
I'm
the best
coming.
way to remember it.
I'm coming for you, Jeremy.
It was so funny. I had to like actually look and be like, oh no, that's her husband. And then I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense because I met him at the mall when I gave him the dress.
I love it. You've met my husband and you still thought it was Jeremy. That's amazing.
They're kind of similar.
They do.
Looking from afar.
Structure wise, hair wise, they've got a bit of a thing. They've got a bit of a thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those pictures are great, by the way.
Right?
Yeah, so
Thank
hot.
you. They make me feel like a motherfucking queen.
Now, question about the shoot. Were you guys actually turned on during the shoot?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. How did they
straight
make that
dripping?
How did they make that comfortable for you?
Well, it's like my best friend.
Oh, okay.
Like I think
that would be weirder.
But also no.
But
her and I talk about sex and the regular.
And you get naked in front of just about anybody.
I do. I am an exhibitionist.
We've seen each other naked.
Like fully naked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I just like I
I'm like I don't do that with my best friends, but it's just a different dynamic.
I think it's also different when you like birthed two humans.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. Like when you breastfeed in public, that changes your whole idea around.
You're like,
nudity.
bodies are bodies, whatever.
Yeah. This is what it is.
I was naked with my best friend just the other day, and it was like no big deal.
Right? I would like to make a thing of like cuddling with people naked more. Like I would like that to be a thing.
I volunteer.
Okay, done.
I haven't been cuddled in so long.
Oh my god.
Let alone naked
Spoon
cuddles.
train.
We should do a podcast interview while we're all cuddling
naked
other.
in a bed.
I like this idea.
I like this idea.
It's a great idea.
I haven't been cuddled in so long. Well, here's the thing. You guys are inspiring me because y'all have sex with eye contact, and it seems like a lot of fun.
It is.
And I haven't had that in so long.
It is
So
fun.
this is the interesting thing though. Like the eye contact thing with my partner and I has been like a newer initiation in the last 6 or so months.
Oh, okay.
Because we've tried in the past before and every once in a while it happens, but it's sometimes it's that like gazing you in the eyes and I'm like, now this is weird. This is really weird. I'm now thinking about looking at you. What's happening with your penis? Like sometimes it gets a little awkward, but now it's a thing that we're both kind of intentionally doing more. Yeah. But we found this like really nice balance between like stopping and noticing each other, looking at each other, and then also like going back to what we're doing and watching what we're doing.
Right.
So it's this like really nice weaving in and out. Mm-hmm. So it's like don't discount looking at your partner.
No.
Even if it's like weird the first few times, you just have to find that right balance of like
that's so
looking in their eyes to like gazing at other things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I can imagine like being a mom, having kids, and we're all fucking busy. Mm-hmm. We're all run off our feet. And so when you have a partner then, like you have all these pools you have to take care of. And then you have the partner and the sex side of that. I can imagine that sex might get it like too like, what's the word? Like efficient?
Business.
Like more efficient and not as connected.
Yeah.
And so, like, I like that you guys make a point to talk in your episodes about making the effort to, like, be present and connected because it's so easy for sex to not be that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
not just
so
sex with
easy.
a partner, but sex with yourself, too.
Sex with yourself. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's something I want to bring up because, like, the masturbation episode that you guys did.
Fuck yeah.
Like, that is something that is a constant struggle for me because I'm horny all the time, but like I don't always take the time to really enjoy it.
To romance yourself first.
To really like I just get it out and then I'm like, okay, so on to the next task.
Yeah,
gotta make love to yourself.
That's what it is.
Like real passionate
Do you have
love.
a full length mirror?
I do.
Well, use it.
Yeah.
Like
masturbate in front of it.
Oh,
really?
But like while you're doing it, like move your hips like you're fucking somebody.
And like literally
really
Interesting.
Yeah, like fuck yourself. Not just like have an orgasm, not just like I'm doing this for business, but like really fuck yourself. Like you are the most amazing, incredible thing on the planet.
And like
That's so interesting.
initiate the sex with yourself as you would with a partner. So like last night I had this amazing session.
Oh yeah.
And
tell me more, Sarah.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Wow, all three of us.
Did you put up a fight?
Fuck no, I didn't. Well, maybe I did and I liked it.
That's a terrible fucking line.
So problematic.
That's a terrible line.
Yes. Oh my god.
Pop, pop.
Okay, let's not break that down
Let's not
right
bring
now,
it down.
okay?
That's another episode for another time.
Yeah.
So next week.
Let's get Christmas
down
songs.
Grease.
Let's find all the Christmas songs that are problematic and talk about those now.
Santa baby.
I love that you both went there.
Okay, amazing session. I want to hear about this.
So basically, it started off, I was in the bath, and so I'm on my period today. So whenever I start my period, I always try to make a point of getting in the bath and like washing away my old cycle. That's just like my thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So
Washing
like,
away your old cycle?
So like I get in the bath, I like relax, do the whole thing, and I think about the past 28 days or however long my last cycle was and everything that I accomplished. And then I go and exfoliate my body and I thank myself and like bring awareness to each part and say what it did for me and how I'm thankful for it. And at the same time, I'm like, okay, now I'm welcoming this new cycle. It's
God damn.
Yeah.
And me, what do? I just bitch about it. I ain't
can
doing
celebrate
no
it.
cleansing baths. I gotta say.
Dude, do it.
Okay.
Fucking do it.
I have a fun blood thing that I didn't tell you yet. I don't think. Continue.
Did you say fun blood thing?
Yeah.
I love
love
to
this.
share period
I
stuff.
no, it's in the topic bowl. Don't even.
Continue.
Yeah.
So I was in the bath and like because I'm bringing awareness to my body, I'm obviously getting in touch with my sensuality.
Yeah.
So that started to come out and I was like, I think I want to make love to myself. So I get out of the bath, I lather myself in oil, I take my time with it and like bring your awareness to it. Like not just like don't put it on out of, necessity, which is what you would do when you get out of the shower. You just lather yourself and you go.
Just like I gotta moisturize.
Literally be like, take your fucking time with it.
Yeah.
So I took my time with it, and then I went in the bedroom, put on some music, put on some my favorite outfit. I had a leopard print bra and this beautiful, gorgeous.
Was this before or after you danced?
After I danced. It was this gorgeous long ivory dress and it hugged me in all the right ways. So I danced for like a good hour and just like got into my body and then got naked, danced a little bit more, took it to the bed, and then literally like you just take it slow as if you would with a partner, right? Like I massaged myself with my toy, and then when I finally felt like I was ready, then I went for it. And it was, and then like try different positions too. Like you with a partner. I got up, I was standing up and I was going for it. And that's how I finished. And like I haven't done that in forever.
God damn.
Right. So as much effort as you put into pleasing someone else, put that into pleasing yourself.
Yeah.
So that gets a big
Yeah.
Right?
It's funny. So the other day I did something similar as much as I could on my living room couch with a baby sleeping. But like that, I find like oftentimes when I'm pleasuring myself, like you have that moment where it's like, oh, I could speed up and just get her done.
Yes.
Right?
And I always do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've been intentionally, like when I catch myself doing that and I catch myself like starting to tense because I feel like orgasm is coming, I'll instead like actively slow down and breathe.
So are you like edging yourself?
Not quite, because I wasn't stopping. So instead of edging, like if you're edging, you go to the point where you're like, if I go like one more second, I'm gonna come, and then you stop,
right?
And then you breathe. So instead,
like
it's that like
it's
drawing it out, yeah. So it's that like breathing all of that sensation, because oftentimes like when we're getting in that like, it all comes up here,
yes.
And so it's like when I feel myself coming up here, it's like no, breathe it.
Breathe it
right
down.
Breathe and breathing through orgasms is something that I never used to do. I would always hold my breath. Always.
Read it out
so
and
long.
imagine your pussy opening.
Yes.
Like imagine that. So as you're getting nearer and nearer, don't tense. And I know that feels good, but try opening it.
Yeah, so you can do two things. So it's like if I have a cock inside me, the cock inside me, because I guess there's only one right now.
Right now,
with the new toy, maybe there'll be more.
I will often like do the Kegel as I'm orgasming because it does enhance pleasure for me.
I need to start doing that.
But what I'll do leading up to that I'm doing the opening. So leading up to that, I'm thinking to myself and I'm like actively working with my body and I'm like connecting to my pussy and I'm like breathing intentionally and like opening, receive his cock, receive his energy. These are the things that I'm taking.
It's all intentional. It's you're choosing to do that.
And it's like,
yeah, it's totally
sex
different.
Next level. And then I'm also doing this, like bringing this into when I'm masturbating too. So it's the same thing where it's like slow it down, feel it out, open up. What does it do? And also one of the things that I've been doing a lot lately is I will wait until I start to feel my pussy opening before I will insert something. Right? So it's like playing a lot on the outside, like stroking the outside
nipple
of my
play
pussy.
too.
Nipple play, like bringing my hands all over my body. And then when I start to like feel things getting juicy and wet and relaxing, that's when I'll start to move inward. Yeah, it's great.
And like you're not always gonna have 45 minutes to make love to yourself.
No, sure don't. So especially not with 2 kids.
You just gotta fucking get it in there.
And that's that's like what you're saying right now. I really gotta do because there's some weird fucked up shit going on with me. If we want to talk about it, we'll talk about it.
Tell me more.
But like, I can't find anything about this anywhere on the internet, and I've looked. I've gone on subreddits. There's 2 things. Okay. Family, what I would suggest if you're listening to this,
put your earplugs in now.
Just think about what, you're going to hear some things. So maybe
fast forward.
Skip ahead and subscribe to Momgasm.
Yeah.
Because they're not related to you.
Because we talk about the sex and we don't have pussies that are within your family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's 2 things that happen with me when I'm masturbating. And I think that a lot of this is psychological and probably really deep rooted.
Often.
There's 2 things that happen. I get really bad cramps afterwards. Like it feels like uterus cramps.
Yeah.
But I can't, like, not like period cramps and not like a muscle cramp. Like, I don't know. It's a weird crampy
You feel
feeling.
it in your womb?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing that happens that I find myself doing a lot is I'll come and almost to the millisecond after, I'll just stop and start to cry.
Oh, that's normal.
And but it's not a happiness.
No,
I know.
It's actually like a deep sadness. And like, because I've heard stories about girls crying from coming and like how it's just so powerful and awesome and it just takes you over. This is not happy feeling. This is like a deep like loneliness feeling. And I know it sounds really fucking sad. And it is. And I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, I don't know, is it my serotonin levels? Just, is it the fact that I want a partner? Maybe. And like, I want to experience this with somebody. And then I actually find myself withdrawing because I don't think I deserve it. That's something that I've kind of thought about too. That maybe it's like deep rooted and like, I don't want to ride out the pleasure. Like it just hits me and then I'm done. It's so fucked. Your faces right now. You're like psychologist, like
I'm having a lot of thoughts.
Okay, do you tell me your thoughts? Because this has been going on for, I would say, 2 or 3 years, and I don't know what. Like, I know that I want to experience partnered sex more, and I want to have a connection with somebody, but I also like getting off by myself. But I don't know why I get this rush of sadness associated with an orgasm. It's really fucked up and I don't like it. And I don't even know where to begin. Where to even begin with that?
I feel like I go real witchy woo woo on this.
Yeah, 1 second. Can I ask a question first?
Yes.
Do you journal at all?
No.
I would do that for sure.
Like kind of like mood journaling, like
any kind of journaling.
Any kind of,
like just let your brain vomit.
Yeah.
Let your brain vomit, and then also, especially in those moments, I would pick up a journal and write down everything you're feeling.
Yeah.
And but free write it in the way that anything that comes up, keep writing.
Here's another key factor. It's usually only when I'm watching porn. So if it's a morning rub out, I'm fine. If I'm just rubbing it out without watching porn. But I think it's because I see people banging and I'm like, I really want that. And I get jealous of the people in the porno. And I think I get sad and I get this immediate sadness.
Journaling would definitely help.
That's so, yeah. Maybe I gotta start that. It's fucked up though, eh? It's fucked up.
Not really.
I would not
call it fucked up at all.
But it's just one of those things that there's no one really talking about this out there.
This is why we're here.
This is why we're, exactly.
This is why we are talking about all of this.
Masturbation should be fun and joyful and it should perk you up.
Well,
but it feel good.
It should also be a tool to get to know your inner self.
Thank you.
Oh, God
well
damn.
said, friend.
That's what it's become for Lindsay and I. It's a tool to get to know our inner self.
That's why when I was listening to you guys, I was like, there's got to be something going on here. Because I do believe that it's connected. I know that not everyone thinks spirituality and sex, but I certainly do. And I'm repressing something and something's coming out in weird fucking ways. And I don't know what that is.
So write for sure.
It's a good place to start.
The amount of things that I have uncovered in just being open to writing, especially if I'm in that height of something coming out of me, because sometimes just sitting with it and thinking about it is not enough, because I'll dull down what my subconscious is saying to me or what my higher self is saying to me. If I'm not actually just writing. So when you're free writing, it's one of those you give yourself the space and permission to literally put whatever it is out on paper. And one of the things that I at least notice for me when I'm free writing is I can kind of start to connect dots and it will take me to a lot of different places that I wouldn't be able to get to with just thinking about it. And it's also an opportunity to get all of whatever it is you're feeling out of you instead of just containing it.
There's one thing that I feel like I need to say that might be a little bit useful. Totally might not be. I don't know. But I recently went to go see a pelvic floor therapist. I went to go see her because I thought I had a prolapse. We actually did an episode about it. Turns out that I don't have a prolapse, but there is actually a muscle inside of my pussy that is linked to my tailbone, and apparently
it's all your coccyx.
Yeah, so apparently thank you. That's the word. Thank you. So apparently this muscle is related to the feelings of shame, vulnerability, and fear. And my muscle is extremely tense. And I said to her, I was like, well, I have a history of sexual trauma. I am going through a healing journey right now. So I'm every day for the last 3 months, I've been dealing with it. And I find that every time I'm talking about it, I feel very tense and it feels like I have a prolapse. She's like, those feelings, she's like, this is why I need to know about it, because everything that you have been through up until this point in your life affects every part of your body and most definitely your pussy, your womb, everything.
Right.
It comes out through there. So my first thought is that whatever you are repressing, especially with the cramp feeling, maybe something, there's some kind of language there that's coming out of your, that moment of release.
There was one night that it was so bad that I actually was like, I might need to go to the hospital.
So
it was so crampy.
Also, orgasm does stimulate uterus contractions. That's a normal for everyone. It's actually one of the things that can help for individuals who are experiencing pelvic organ prolapse. It's one of the things that's often prescribed for those that are looking to tone their pelvic organs and their pussy. So it's not uncommon. That being said, the level or the degree of cramping that you're experiencing, there's definitely something that might be going on underneath
I used to make jokes, be like, I got cum cramps. Because it would just happen. It would just happen every time and it's just really fucked up, and I don't like it, and I don't even know if it's something I talk to a doctor about.
I would talk to a naturopath for sure.
Ooh, a naturopath. Okay.
What's really interesting, what I'm going to suggest is, are you busy tomorrow between 2 and 4 p.m.?
No.
Okay, so you should come to the I Hear You podcast panel, because it's an entire panel of naturopaths, pelvic floor physiotherapist, herbalist, and somebody else. There's a fourth person that I can't think of. And it's all specialized on women's health and specifically the pelvis. So you can input questions right now. So this is not going to be relevant for the people who are listening.
Yeah.
Well, maybe some of them.
The episodes will be probably released by then, which is cool. But you can actually go onto their Instagram right now and input a question. So I would input this as a question and say like, this is something that I've been experiencing.
And they're doing
for
a live
really
stream
time.
of it if you can't
Really?
make it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think the crying thing happens more than the cramps.
Okay.
So my question that I put into them was, what do you feel, or do you feel, what was it? It's something to do with like the energetics. I don't even remember how I put it. I might be getting a little drunk.
The gin.
Now. Something along the lines of like, how important is the energetic component to healing a pelvic problem or something along the lines like that. So that was my question that I put in. But this would be an incredible panel to ask this specifically, and I know that they would have
especially the cramping one.
100%.
What are your periods like, by the way?
Okay, so I was just gonna tell you all about my vagina journey.
Yes!
It's an insane one. I have a tilted cervix.
Okay.
So you probably have a tilted uterus.
Yeah, I do. So this was discovered like 3 or 4 years ago. I was noticing that like my pap tests were like really painful, like painful pap tests, and like also when I get paps, it takes them forever to find it. Like,
is it
they're
like tilted
abnormally
like
long?
upward?
I think it's like backwards.
Yeah.
And then I got riddled with HPV, and I had to undergo a bunch of biopsies, and like I actually had to be put into surgery to get a LEEP procedure done, which is where they laser off a chunk of your cervix for testing.
Here's a
Holy
question.
shit.
Did you have the pain before your LEEP procedure?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I had to think about that for a second, but yeah, I definitely did.
Okay.
Yeah, ooh.
Because that LEEP procedures have been tied to inability to orgasm and pain.
Whoa. I might have to like maybe triple check that, but I'm pretty sure that I have. But so I've been on a journey with it. So I had to actually be put to sleep for the LEEP procedure, because they were like, the way that it's positioned, like it would be very painful for you to have this done in the clinic. So I had to go and get put to sleep for the first time ever, which was so nerve-wracking for me. And then, like I woke up feeling like I had just been fucked by like the biggest dick of my life.
Ooh, your pussy will remember that, and like, that's probably a whole lot of pussy memory that needs to be released.
Yes, pussy memory.
Like, seriously, yeah. I have a lot of pussy memory that needs to be released.
I feel like our episode with Kat will be very helpful as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we just did an episode with Kat Nance, who is a somatic sex coach. And so somatic is like body memory, body experience, moving through emotion and feeling in the body versus just in the mind.
Yeah.
Well, I there's no question that everything is linked, because this past year has been, I've definitely had the highest depression of my life, the highest anxiety, the highest stress. Like, so these episodes of crying and all that are happening a lot more. Period wise, my periods are all fucked up. And this just started happening this year. There was like 5 months where I just didn't get one. I'm on the pill. I'm on tricycline low, so I'm on a low estrogen pill. Just stop getting them, and then they start coming back, and they're like really fucking bad for the first day, but they're usually no more than 3 days. So it'll be like the floodgates are fucking open for a full 24 hours, and then it's just gone. It's the weirdest fucking thing, and I don't know, like, it's just so weird. And everyone says like, oh, well, with the pill, like, these things can happen.
Well, the pill is, you're not actually getting a real period when it comes to the pill. So you're getting, what you're getting is a withdrawal bleed. So it's a withdrawal from the estrogen that causes your body to bleed, and it's not actually a full period because your body's not able to ovulate when you're on the pill. So it's,
thank you for confirming that, because I think that's something a lot of people like.
No, people
are
don't
confused
understand
about.
Yeah, because we're sold the pill, and we're told that like this will help regulate your hormones and it will regulate your cycle. And it's not, that's misinformation, because what it's doing is it's actually suppressing your cycle, and it's suppressing the natural rhythm of your body and giving you an experience that is similar to a regular cycle, but not a true cycle, because there is no ovulation and therefore there can be no shedding of the uterine lining.
Yeah. My periods are pretty brutal. On the first day, they're brutal.
P.S. I'm a really weird, like...
I'm so glad I brought this up to you guys, of all people.
Like a weird, like, all things...
That was great.
Pelvic.
That was
Do
great.
you guys, like, know when your period's coming? Like,
Hell
can you,
yeah.
Can you tell the second the eagle drops? Because I can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I keep a cycle journal.
Same. So I don't journal my cycle. I journal, but I use the Clue app, so I know
Clue.
that.
Oh, okay.
So what's interesting is, so right now I'm still regulating post-birth. So my cycle was 32 days apart for a long time, and then it went to 31, and now we're at 30, and we're moving closer back to the 28, 27 days, which I used to be.
Mine I think is incredibly short, because like I feel like mine's like more 21, like early 20s.
If so...
Everything's all fucked up in there.
Yeah, you would be. Every 21 days you're going to bleed because you're on the pill.
Yeah.
So you have 3 weeks.
That.
You have 3 weeks of estrogen low dose, and then you have that 1 week of estrogen depletion. So that estrogen withdrawal process, which causes the bleed.
Right.
Yeah, and then you go
But mind
back.
you, my period doesn't come during that time anymore. It used to. Now it just comes whenever the fuck it wants.
It's like, fuck you, I do what I want.
I never know anymore.
Oh, sorry.
Have you ever... That's okay.
Sorry.
Have you ever thought about, like, just taking a break from the pill? Letting your body regulate?
See, I'm on it partially to control acne, so that's my nerve. I'm nervous to go off of it for that reason.
There's other things you can do for acne.
Yeah.
Go to a
And actually,
naturopath.
I'm also a registered holistic nutritional consultant, so I'm like,
we're gonna be talking way more.
a little bit weird.
I mean, I think you're probably. I have taken breaks before, and maybe it's time for another break.
Although
your body regulate.
So the other thing is, like, if you've been on hormonal birth control of any kind, it can take up to 3 years for your body to regulate.
Whoa. To like adjust to being off of it?
3 years?
3 years. That's a long time.
Up to 3 years.
So if you don't follow Fertility Friday and you're interested in any of this, she's a fantastic one to follow. So I repost some of her stuff on Momgasm quite a bit. She wrote the book, I think her name is Lisa something or other, but she wrote the book, The Fifth Vital Sign. And it's all about, she's going to be on the show at some point. It's all about your period being this vital sign of your body, because it's not only just, a lot of people equate like, oh, my period means that I can make babies, I can create life. That's super cool, which yes, that is true. Also, though, you having a period is a sign that your body is vital, is healthy, has all of the nutrients that it needs, and has an abundance of resources. Because if you hear a lot individuals who are experiencing eating disorders, one of the first things that will go is their period.
Because they're losing so
because
much
they
weight.
don't have, it's not even the weight, it's the amount of nutrients that are available for their body.
And that's why I don't think I'd ever want to go on the IUD that like you don't get periods, because like I like getting that sign.
Yep.
I fucking hate the period. Don't get me wrong. I don't
hate the period.
I love my period.
Really, I hate them. I hate it.
Honestly, I used to hate my period, and I fucking love my period.
Okay, how do I start loving my period?
Track your cycle. Get
Listen
to know
to the podcast.
Yeah, listen to the podcast. Read the book Wild Power.
Yeah,
that changed my life.
A good one. Oh,
Yeah,
you may have just
absolutely.
given away our guests. Sneak.
Well, listen, we're at an hour 15 in. Whoever heard it deserves to hear it.
Yeah, there you go.
It's worth it for you.
Are you guys tampon girls, pad girls, nothing girls? Some people do the free bleeding thing.
Free bleed.
You're a free bleeder?
So I do a combination of things. So I often will free bleed at night. I haven't lately because it's been just shenanigans with sleeping situations. So often I have the baby in the bed, and having a towel full of blood plus a baby is a little bit of a fuck around.
Yeah.
But often I will free bleed at night, or I'll use cloth pads. I used to use a silicone menstrual cup, which is like my favorite.
Like the Diva cup?
Fucking love it.
Yeah.
Fucking love it. But I'm realizing I'm fingering all of the
Again, the finger. Again.
The visuals on this podcast.
Not just this, it's this.
Oh, that's in there. Yeah. I cannot wait to get to this, by the way.
Oh my God, I'm excited.
Yeah.
So I just got a weird craving for nachos, but
Ooh, we can totally order some later. Because I skipped supper, so I'm down. Yeah.
Okay, so what was I saying? Help me.
Oh,
trace back.
What were we talking?
Cups.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I was using cup. The problem is where I have a pelvic organ prolapse, so my bladder is a little bit. She's gone for a bit of a wander, a bit of a journey. The cup just doesn't sit in the way that I want it to right now, so it just doesn't make sense to use it. So I've been doing the cloth pads, sometimes organic thin pads, which has been if I'm like. Where I've been busy with Momgasm lately, that's been Momgasm. Or I freelate. So oftentimes I'll just wear like, especially on my lighter days. So I have quite a few. I'll have like 3 really heavy days. Sometimes I skip a day and then it comes. Then the bitch comes back.
Oh damn!
Then she's like, surprise! I wasn't done.
She's a needy bitch.
So any of my light days, I'll just wear cotton panties.
I need to start doing that because I do feel like I'm starting to be more aware of like what's in tampons and how I should probably buy organic ones or something.
The other thing with tampons is you have to realize that like those. So if you ever take a tampon out and you like run your fingers along it, you'll end up with like fibers on your fingers. So you're leaving all of those fibers behind in your pussy.
Oh, that's fucked.
And that's bleached cotton.
Also, have you ever tried to take a dry fucking tampon out your puss?
It's terrible. On the subject of cups really quick though, have you heard of menstrual discs?
Yeah, we talked about it in our period episode.
Yeah, so I've never
I need to listen to your period episode. That's on tomorrow's
I've
list.
never used one, but I do love the description that we got, which is like you just take it out like a shelf. Right? You open the drawer and there it is.
That's so weird.
Right?
Very weird.
Okay, we're going to get into some dirty shit now. And apologies for the very sad 20 minutes that I took
Fuck
out.
that.
Oh my God, don't apologize for that.
That's life.
That's real life.
That's life with the pussy.
So
okay?
I have a bowl of sex subjects here.
I like sex subjects.
And what I should say
I'm just getting
about
wasted.
this
Fine people.
is that this
Jesus.
is meant to be like a sampler plate because you've probably talked at length about a lot of these things in here on the podcast, but this is like this intoxicated episode is like a sampler. It's like giving them a tease. So we can pick.
Okay, have you watched Schitt's Creek?
Not yet.
Oh, so I knew you're gonna get it. I do this. It's just a sampler.
Okay, what's the first subject?
A little bit.
Oral.
Okay. So this.
No, have we? My lip.
I know that blowjobs are also in
Face
here.
the camera.
You have an insane tongue.
Touch your tongue.
Oh my
touch
god.
your nose. She can do it.
That's insane.
I can't do it.
Except for my tongue is very white right now, which I'm like, that's disgusting.
That actually hurts putting my tongue out that far.
God damn.
Like a muscle cramp.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Jeff earlier, he's like, you'd make a lady very happy.
So oral, because I have blowjobs in here too, but this is specifically on us.
I gave her a really great blowjob the other day. Okay, sorry, we're on oral.
So what are our thoughts on it?
Love it.
Fucking
love it.
Okay, there's I haven't posted on Momgasm yet, but I have a picture. It's an illustration drawn of a woman who's getting oral by her partner, and then it says, maybe you should Google it. I've literally made him Google it.
Oh my
Google how to go down? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's kind of what I want to talk about. So like when you're with a partner and they're not doing it right,
tell them to fucking Google it.
Okay, before we have talked about this. I've always like in the past I've been uncomfortable to speak up. But now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, wait, I like what you're doing, but don't say but. Replace it with and.
Are you Bridie
You
now?
mentioned that on an episode and I really like that.
Yes.
Replace the butts with and.
Bridie.
Replace the butt with
that's
and.
That's all Bridie.
That's not Bridie. I didn't get that from Bridie.
Bridie 100% said
that?
that when we did our show with her. We did 2 episodes of Turn Me On, and Bridie was talking to Jeremy and was like, so when you're approaching somebody and talking about something that maybe they're doing something that you don't really like, so that's great, babe. Can you also?
Yeah. Rather than but can you?
Yeah. So she totally talked about that.
So I don't remember that. Kelly, my friend, she was the one that led me on to this. We were talking about it. Anyway, she was like, replace your butt with and. So anyway, in the past, I would always be uncomfortable with saying to someone exactly what I needed. That was a lot of fucking lying.
Let's go get a sour gin and tonic.
Vicious.
I am vicious.
But now I'm just like,
it's delicious.
if you're not doing what is gonna get me off, then I would rather both of us be enjoying it. Like, if I care enough to give you the right kind of pleasure, so I want to be receiving the right kind of pleasure, right?
So here's my thing. I don't normally get off that way.
Really?
Okay.
And see, and most female friends then go, well, they're not doing it right. And to that I say, no, they're doing quite well. It's just, I need a lot of pressure. Like, I need like a lot of surface area. I'm like, surface area and pressure. So a little tongue.
On what? On
the clit.
Yeah.
So a tongue, like, kind of teasing that area isn't enough for me.
Have you made them flatten their tongue? So there's a lot of times when people are giving oral, it's very like,
yes.
But what if?
Yes.
What if instead of the focus being on your clit, the focus being on your actual vagina, and you're stimulating your clit at the same time, so you can give yourself.
I'm
that
not gonna lie.
pressure.
I fucking hate a tongue in my vagina.
In the right kind of way, I like it. Where I can be
Okay, I hate Jeff's tongue in my vagina.
okay, or a finger in your pussy.
Always.
That's one thing I will
and
say.
then,
When I get fingered.
Yes, no,
and oral at the
always.
same time.
Always.
That's a different story.
Always.
That's fun. That's
I'm
amazing.
Like, you have to come hither me while you're licking my clit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Or,
it's just oral,
no,
I'm just
thank you.
not.
Yeah,
like,
I like
or
a bit
lick
of
my
both, the
butthole.
tongue and the finger in my vagina.
My butthole.
Oh yeah,
Please lick my butthole.
You know
Please,
what?
God.
I'm not.
Have you tried it though?
I have tried it. And
Is this recent?
No.
Okay.
You doing it
And
or
I
it
don't-
being done on you?
Being done to me.
Okay.
Having
It
my
just-
butthole licked was the one of the
It
most
tickles.
incredible. No, they weren't. Oh man, no. So when he did it, it was a lot of like, it was like this really firm, like pressure. It felt great. It was
I
like
always
wet,
wonder about
warm,
this.
firm
'Cause
pressure.
I have done no butt stuff. Nothing. Nothing. Not one thing.
Wait, even to yourself?
Nothing.
Oh, honey.
Nothing.
Okay, stick a finger in your butt
Please
tonight.
stick a finger in your butt.
There's the soundbite.
There it is.
Mind you, I'm open to anal. I'm open to it. I feel like,
You gotta kiss the crinkles first. We have a whole episode on it.
but I feel like the eating ass, is that how people say it?
Tossing your salad.
I don't know if that's for me. I have IBS. I'm very insecure about that area.
IBS also runs in my family.
I fart a lot. I always get nervous that, like, if he's gonna go too near my butt, I'm gonna
also-
let one go.
Well, that's a huge fear.
Like,
I
okay,
totally
but
get
I'm okay
why.
with farting in my fucking partner's face.
Have you done it?
Yes.
Oh my god.
100% yes.
That's
queefed,
so powerful.
But the fart, my farts are vicious.
My farts are also
Like,
vicious.
they are
Sarah, you have smelled my farts.
You've never smelled my fart. It is dangerous.
Oh, let it happen.
what does
next
the guy
time.
do when that happens?
Well, I've never farted while he's eating out my ass because the ass eating is new. It's very new. He only does it if he has a cold because then he can't smell.
taste.
He can't smell, can't taste.
Ooh.
It's great.
That's a good time to do
I
it.
don't even have to
Look
shave
out,
my
men with
asshole.
colds.
It's great.
If you don't, you just go do this.
Have you eaten ass?
I will not.
Interesting. So
I
you
will
love
not.
it on you.
I love it on me,
But you
I'm
will not do it.
He is
but
my
men
man
ass
have hairy butts.
Sorry,
different
sorry.
than girl ass.
Also, like,
Yeah.
my man has been described as an otter in the gay community. Do you know what an otter is? Do you know what an otter is? So he's very hairy.
Okay.
Like, he's incredibly hairy for a very
waxed.
skinny man. I don't want it.
cannot see Jeff Cohn to get
No, like I also don't want him to, but I don't have a desire to put my tongue or my finger in his ass. That being said, I would like him to do it to me.
I would finger, I wouldn't lick.
I don't see,
Yeah, I do the finger.
but the sensation of licking
Yeah.
is unreal.
Really?
But it's so, okay, when he did it, it was very like, kind of like I was joking about with the clit where it's like, which is what a lot of folks do.
Yeah.
But he did that to my asshole and it was like around the rim.
Right. Interesting.
Oh my God.
I might like it on like my inner butt cheeks. You know what I mean? Like,
I
not
know what you
directly
mean.
on the anus.
So kind of like when you're like in the thighs.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that would be nice.
Also a bite
Maybe.
to the inner thigh.
A
is
bite?
But I don't remember which one of you it was, but I heard it on one of your episodes that like you fucked with something in your butt.
That was me.
And it
And it created a cavern of
and
air.
it like lowered the G-spot or something, or like made the G-spot like more.
So my bladder makes my G-spot a little lower, which is great. So my bladder, where I have a slight bladder prolapse, it like pushes my skin glands slightly closer. So my G-spot is more easily accessible. Not mad about that at all. So
Spoiler alert, she squirted once.
That's in here too. Let's talk about that.
yeah, squirting. I almost made myself squirt the other day, which was delightful. I think it's psychological for me not being able to do it on my own yet, but it will.
You'll get there.
She will come. So what it did is, so you have your G spot and your A spot. Your A spot is like the back wall of your vagina, and then your G spot is the front wall. So
I
like
never
upper,
knew about this other one.
the A spot.
The A-spot?
The A spot's incredible. If you've never, and if you have, it's funny. I have tiny hands, yet I can reach my cervix and get my A spot with my hands, which is weird. I think I did have like relatively small.
I don't think I've ever felt my
must.
own cervix.
I've never.
Well, yours is hiding.
I'm sorry about that. I love that. I pictured
Well, that I just said it in such a serious.
I pictured it running into a closet. So it really truly is like Where's Waldo?
But for me, it's like it's really easy for me to like. Normally, if I'm squatting, if depending on where I am in my cycle, like I finger fucked myself to town the other day, and I was also like, so I've gotten to the point where it used to be really painful for me to touch my cervix, and now it's incredibly pleasurable for me to touch my cervix. So what I'll do is I'll like take my fingers. Welcome for people that are watching a video.
I'm so glad we have a visual.
I know. So what I'll do is I'll take my fingers and I'll like slowly like do circles around my cervix, and it is one of the most amazing feelings I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
I never even thought that could be a thing.
Delicious.
Yeah.
It's
You can have cervical orgasms.
Whoa.
Yeah.
fucking incredible.
That is the thing.
And so what I'll do is, so the A spot is kind of like usually tucked behind or like right under the cervix, and it's this really interesting, amazing spot that's like between the like your ass wall essentially and your
That's what it stands
cervix.
for, the ass wall.
The ass wall, right? But it's great. So when you have like a plug in, my plug is too short to reach the A spot, but if you had a longer plug in, you're essentially like pushing your A spot closer to whatever is fucking you.
Interesting.
What's really cool is when we had like the plug in, like my partner could feel the difference. So he's like, it makes like more friction for me entering and like exiting you. So he's like, yeah, it's fun. He's like also like, something's in her ass, which is just like a thing for a lot of men.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I'm totally taking my bra off,
Okay,
people.
next subject.
This is happening. Hold on. Oh,
Lindsay,
God.
you back.
I'm like, okay, I'm half bra off here. BDSM. Ooh, here we go. This is interesting. This is interesting.
So I'm the big sub, and well, not big. I should.
Okay, are you okay by saying like I'm a big sub? Are you like going to dungeons and sex clubs?
That's why I correct myself. I'm like, I'm not really in that. Like, I'm submissive, is what I'll say. But I would love to be tied up. I've never been. Would love to be. Would love to be.
Okay,
it's my dream. It's actually like a dream of mine.
session with T. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
But I want to be tied up while getting fucked.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well start with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Start with her. Learn some things from her, and
then I'll provide the rope for the next person and be like, do it.
Yeah. You can teach them how to do it.
Have you been like fucked with handcuffs or like?
No. Oh. I know. This is like an aspect of myself that like it's hard to do on your own. You know what I mean? Like it's a hard
No, it's not if you have that chair or the couch.
Oh yeah, the Louisiana Lounger.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patreons.
Totally worth it. Yeah.
Donate so I can get that. That's the next goal.
Please put that as your goal. Please fucking put
Sarah
that as
can
your
finally
goal.
start getting fucked and maybe stop being so goddamn negative about her life.
Oh my god. I love that I just took my bra off.
I love it.
Like my uneven titties.
But I think you mentioned being interested in being tied up, right?
Yeah, so I went and did that shoot with T. Whoa, I had a brain malfunction there. It was really cool. So for me, it's like, I don't think I want to be tied up with my partner. I think it's more of like there's something about having like pressure on my body that's really inviting to me. That being said, we just had a really interesting conversation with Kat.
Oh, I can't wait for this one.
It's going to be on one of our latest episodes, either this week or the next. And we got into a really interesting conversation about BDSM, but specifically BDSM as a healing tool.
Whoa.
For any traumas that you have in your life.
Which is interesting because my trauma involves being crushed by somebody and then breaking my ribs. So it's interesting that I'm still into...
That makes a lot of sense.
BDSM, but I'm kind of gently going back into that world.
So one of the things that she was talking about specifically, and I don't want to give too much away because the episode is going to be fucking unreal. She blew my mind. Jesus Christ.
Same.
I had it was a fucking weird thing for me because she was talking about things that I had never heard somebody articulate my point of view so well.
I love it when that happens.
In being in like the medical system as a child and how that fucked me up for my entire life.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool moment.
I was like, I don't get speechless often, and I was like, I don't have words.
Oh god,
yeah, you had a moment.
Oh man,
I love podcast awakenings.
Fucked.
Right?
It was fucked. Also, I think she's just gonna be like a best friend forever now.
Oh gosh,
she's like, we can just hang out and do this like monthly. It's fine.
Oh,
I'm like,
that's
good.
so
Let's
fun.
please.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
It was so good. But she was talking about how you can work through a lot of traumas that you have, especially as a sub when it comes to BDSM, because even if you're the sub, you have ultimate control.
It's true.
As long as you're working in a consensual dungeon or a consensual party scenario, you have ultimate control. You have a safe word. The moment you say your safe word, it's over, and you know that you have that at all times. And so it gives you an opportunity to completely surrender to the experience that you're having and the pain that's being inflicted or whatever it is that you're going through, which can help you heal the trauma that you have with that, which was so validating because we had this big conversation beforehand and we had been talking about kinks and BDSM and things like that, and how I was saying that I don't want to discount anybody's kinks or what it is that they're having, because I firmly believe that it's some sort of mechanism to heal through something that they might not even be aware of.
Right. That's so true.
So it was really cool. It was really cool to have that.
It actually made me way more interested in BDSM and because I always just kind of, I don't know, I never really gave it a serious thought. I think it just always freaked me out because sex for me at a certain point in my life almost developed into a phobia. And so that is like the extreme side of sex. So I was like, there's no way I'm going there. But after talking to her and like realizing how there is, whether or not some people are aware of it, there is a healing component. And there are some things that have come up in my sexual history, fantasies that really scared the shit out of me. And I was like, why am I fantasizing about this? Why is this turning me on? And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I still don't really have the answer, but I think that, again, our experiences in life greatly affect how we perform in the bedroom. And I think that if there is a way to reenact somehow what has happened to you
and reclaim it
to like kind of almost change the narrative from it being negative and taking power away from you to redoing it to you reclaiming power and being able to say no and when to stop it. I think that's where the power of BDSM lies.
Oh, dang. Everything you said just then, I was just like, fuck, that hits hard to me.
Right?
Yeah.
Like having like, cause I'll fucking say it. Like I kind of, thank you for saying it for me because I was nervous to say it.
I know.
But there's a nervousness there.
Yeah.
But I'm very much so turned on by guys that take control, and it's
in a dangerous way, like in a very
throw me up against a wall, pin me down,
choke me out.
Yeah, like all of that, like those are my biggest. But I think the thing is like you're right, like my trauma is because I did those things with someone I didn't trust.
Exactly.
And so me reclaiming the power is me going, okay, well, these things I'm still turned on by, but I need to find like a partner that is respectful, that there's consent, that we talk, like fucking talk about it. I never talked about it with this guy. Like I did so much wrong, like in my first dabblings with sub stuff, like being choked.
Well, there's also
being spit on.
I've heard some pretty bad stories.
I wasn't ready for it.
There's also so many people that this is the other thing that I want to mention with like the BDSM community, where yes, there are incredible, amazing, safe, wonderful people that are doing it.
Yeah.
And there are incredibly safe dungeons and parties that are out there, but there are also some that take advantage
and
of
that's
people,
the scary
and
part.
and that's the thing. So this is something that I really love T for so much, because she speaks openly about this quite a lot, and she's really one of the people within the community who's calling people out actively, especially when it comes to shibari. So she
bondage,
right? She has
I love that.
She has a role where oftentimes in her stories and her feeds, she's calling people out within the community who are not respecting consent.
Good for her.
And that's something that's really important. So it's very, very, it's a wonderful tool, and it's a wonderful way to explore those things, but you have to make sure that you're doing your research,
diligence,
right?
yeah.
Your due diligence, and making sure that the environment that you're stepping into, or the relationship that you're stepping into, or the person that you are going to bed with,
and like doing these crazy things with,
is somebody who will ultimately respect you.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So I think with any sexual encounter, there always, first and foremost, has to be an awareness between both partners of obviously consent, but there also has to be an established personal boundaries. And that is something that I'm learning for myself. Even though I've been married for 7-8 years, we are just now understanding how boundaries are still so important even in a marriage. Because at the end of the day, we're still two totally different people.
Yeah.
Our sexual needs are developing and growing every year and changing, and what turned him on when he was 18 is not going to be what turns him on at 30.
So true.
So we constantly have to have this
maybe
conversation.
it is.
Maybe it is, but there are a lot of things that are different, especially for me. So the conversation of boundaries and creating safe spaces are not only necessary for Tinder encounters, for BDSM communities, but also for marriage.
Ongoing.
Great point.
Always
Great
an
point.
ongoing
Absolutely.
conversation.
Ding, ding, ding.
And the other thing with that is what I want and what I desire between where I am in my cycle will shift.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so true. Isn't it like you like I heard somewhere that it's like before you ovulate, you're attracted to more strong, aggressive guys, and then after it's more nurturing, sweet guys, because it's like you want the strong guys to get you pregnant, but then you want the sweet guys to be better dads. I heard that somewhere. I don't know where I heard it.
What's funny is that kind of plays into how I feel about fucking. Before I ovulate or while I'm ovulating, I'm like, grab my neck, choke me
Aggressive.
I would say, ovulating, I want strong.
When I'm ovulating, I'm like, throw me on the bed,
post-ovulation,
pick me up, put me against a wall, let's go. But also after that, I want you to cuddle me and like treat me tender.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did not ask for consent. Though afterwards,
I think consent between you and I is just like it is a known thing.
I'm glad, as long as I'm not wearing a gimp suit.
Let's not joke about.
We're talking about BDSM.
Let's not joke about that.
But you know that I love and respect you so much that I would never do
know,
that.
but
Jeff has pushed me to try and do it, and I'm like, Jeffrey,
I will punch Jeffrey in the face.
no, in the nuts. If you really want to hurt him, in the nuts.
Gimp suits, man. That is like, you know how people are afraid of clowns? That is it for me.
Oh, really? It's your fear?
So never go to a dungeon.
I would love to. That's the other thing.
Have you been to Nightshade?
No, and
have you been to Orgy?
None. And I want to find a friend to go
I'll
with.
go with you.
Will you? Will you seriously?
100%.
Like if I find a really hot outfit some night, like how often do they do these things?
I think it's monthly. But Orgy, you need Orgy, you need approval. So you need pre-approval. I have a friend that's approved, and I think she can bring 3 people with her. Came to our
what
retreat.
happens at these parties?
A lot of things.
Like
my understanding, I'm not well versed in this. I have not researched it very much. Nightshade is very like BDSM kind of stuff. So it's a lot of like showcasing, like.
Is it kind of like networking? Sort of like mix and mingle?
I don't know. See, again, like I've not been, but it's. I think it's more so mix and mingle plus like demonstration kind of stuff. So it's like you come in your best dressed kind of situation, and then orgy I think is a little more intense.
Yeah.
Which is why I think they're a little more safeguarded.
I'd love to go sometime.
But I've not been. I've really wanted to go.
Let's go.
I would love to go. So one of the things that I really want to do, which like Kat has like pushed me to do more, is to uncover the sex scene here, because one of my biggest things is I really want to fuck in a room of people that are watching.
Me too. Yes. I want to put a lightning bolt between us just then. I think that's so that would be so empowering.
Like for me, like to be in that space where I'm so connected to my partner that I don't even notice that people are watching, and then have those moments where I'm remembering and I'm like, fuck yeah.
See, and that's my thing. I don't got a partner.
You don't.
So I want to meet someone.
Find one.
I want to meet someone.
There you go.
Like my goal would be to meet someone and develop, a rapport with them, and then do that. Oh my god, there's so much to talk about. Next, nudes.
Nudes.
Do we send them? Did you just fuck?
I kept my nipple covered.
No. Do you guys take a lot of nudes?
I do.
Yeah,
I take a lot of nudes.
I do too.
Do you send them to anybody?
Yeah, I have a fuck buddy.
Fuck yeah, you do.
He's a hot fireman.
He's not a fuck boy, is he?
Do you?
He doesn't want to date me.
Oh,
but
well, maybe he is a fuck boy then.
But he'll date like other women that are like.
So wait, why the fuck does he not want to date you?
What's wrong with fuckboys?
Fuckboys are assholes.
Well, I think that a fuckboy.
You've never had a fuckboy. How can you say that?
Because generally the term fuckboy is reserved for the assholes.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
This is kind of my definition of a fuckboy. It's when the guy only wants to fuck you, but he leads on otherwise.
Yes.
So, like, if you're banging someone who tells
not
you,
like a cute, endearing term.
No,
like,
I thought it was just a boy that you get to fuck.
No. In that case, he is my fuckboy. But he, like, we've had conversations where it's like, I don't want to date you. Like, this will never be a dating thing. But it's like a casual. I know. Yeah.
So he is a fuckboy then?
No, because he's being honest with me.
All right, I'll give him that.
So I think that right there distinguishes the.
So he's a hardcore booty call.
That's what it is. He's my booty call friend.
He's your consensual booty call.
Yeah, I only send them to guys that either I've fucked or I want to fuck.
So fuckboys are the people that lead you on.
Yeah, so they would be the ones that would be like kind of lead you on to make you think that they're gonna date you.
Things, it's great, and then they turn around and they're fucking somebody else.
That's a fuckboy.
And like dating somebody else.
But they don't fuck you?
No, they do fuck you.
But like, say you want to date
you
them.
like shit.
Why can't you just call it like asshole guy who doesn't want to date me, but we're friends with benefits?
That's what fuckboy is.
It's just the millennial generation coming up with
Okay.
terms. like
Sarah, your mom is showing.
I don't think it's mom showing. I think it's literally that I've never had a fuckboy.
I've never had one.
So
I know what they are.
It sucks.
Bitch, I've never had one, and I know what they are.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
I
like exclusively deal with fuckboys.
I'm not gonna lie, I know what they are because I googled it.
Yeah, that's okay.
There you go.
I googled it because somebody back when my sister was wedding dress shopping, one of the girls who came, her phone rang and it said fuckboy, and I was like, I've heard this term a lot. What the fuck is a fuckboy?
It's interesting that she put him in her phone.
And so I finally I googled it and I was like, oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I think of it as
Urban Dictionary
the guy who will make you think he's going to date you when really that was never his intention. He just wants to fuck you.
He just wants to get in your pants.
That's how I dumb it down, because I'm like, if you're honest with me and I still choose to fuck you, that's all me.
Oh, that's just fun. That's just good fun.
That's all me if I get feelings. And I've had feelings for my fuck buddy, but I don't have feelings for him anymore. It's purely sex. So
I like that he's the fireman.
nice.
Did you hear that I really
Super
wanted
hot,
the fireman to come into my house?
I heard that story. I was like, I need to tell her that.
I was like,
I'm begging the
I
fireman.
can't.
I have a question.
Ooh, what's your question?
Do you take nudes just for yourself?
Yes.
Good.
During the hurricane, I took hurricane nudes.
Fuck yes,
Good.
hurricane.
I lit a bunch of candles in my room.
No.
And it was like candlelit boobs.
I now want to see these.
I mean, I'll show you.
Please
do
Do I still have them? When was the hurricane? What was the date?
Like a month ago.
Yeah.
So I take nudes often. 90%. Okay, 100% of the time they're for me, and then I like the aside is Jeff gets them too.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah, I think that's the best way to approach nudes is like do it for you, and the sending to somebody is a bonus. Although there's also been times where I've just wanted to sext, and that's
when I send you a picture of my. Oh, I've been doing that more. Where I'm like, oh, my fingers are in my vagina. Look.
Oh, what about vagina pictures?
Oh,
vagina
yeah.
pictures.
Not much.
And
it's not a big one for me. I like the allure. I think it's the photographer in me.
Yeah.
Where I'm
I like masturbating pictures.
But I like the aesthetic of the pre. Like I like the show. Also an exhibitionist. Like I like to lure you in.
Right.
And be like, ooh, look, ooh.
Little kind of more subtle.
Look at me. Do
Yeah.
you want to get on this? Ooh.
I like to do the bent over vagina shot.
Oh,
From
yeah,
behind.
yeah. That's
With
a
a
good
little
one.
peek.
That's
but
a
it's
good
it's
one.
not the full blown thing.
Yeah.
But it's a little peek. I've gotten pro at that, so I do it in the shower.
I'm not
and I
visualizing
put
this.
my leg on the thingy, and I have the water droplets dripping down.
Oh, that's hot.
I think the shower nudes are my
That.
like I love shower nudes. Mind you, my phone has a lot of water damage.
I need to pee.
Go pee while I look for my hurricane nudes.
I've never taken shower nudes.
When was this fucking hurricane?
A month ago, month and a half.
Like the.
Oh my God, there's carrots!
You gonna shove them up your puss in there?
I did not know what she was yelling at. I thought my cat came out for a second.
Okay, like I saw the litter box. I was like, "Where's the cat? Where's the cat?"
She hides. Yeah, she's an anxious goyle.
What's her name?
Mindy,
Oh, Mindy.
named after Mindy Kaling.
I was gonna say, what was the fucking show that she did that I loved?
The Mindy Project.
Yeah.
I love how I had to think about that. I almost said New Girl, but no, it was.
Did you watch the Mindy Project?
I did. I liked it for like a long time, but then I didn't like it, and then I was like, oh fuck, I named my cat after her. Fuck, like the show sucks now. I can't find them. I can't find my I really need to make a folder that's just like nudes.
Right? That's what I did. I have a folder that's just called, I think I named it like Sensual Sorceress or something like that.
Oh my God, that's a good
name. Yeah, and I just put all my nudes in there and they're just for me, nobody else.
Oh my God.
Right? I feel like every woman needs to do that.
So I took a Snapchat of my boobs with hurricanes.
Oh my God! I fucking love that!
Also, that is a hot titty pic.
Do you want to see the real one?
Yes.
Showing my boobs to Momgasm.
Yep.
Just a standard.
That's a hot fucking pic.
Standard Saturday night.
That is like, look at that collarbone, that
Yeah.
shoulder.
It's the angle.
Oh yeah, that's a perfect fucking angle.
Yeah, I love taking pictures of my boobs. I'll do it all the time. So I'll show you the hurricane ones first.
Show me everything.
Hurricane.
That's fucking
Right?
And then the
actually incredible.
the uncensored.
I almost.
Those are my boobs.
Nice tits.
Your nipples are adorable.
I love my nipples.
I remember my nipples used to look like that.
Never. Never have my nipples ever looked like that.
I didn't really look like that.
Well,
Now they look like this.
we're very close now. All three of us. Okay, let's try to get more of these in.
Oh!
Period.
Sex. Okay, can we just admire the difference between my nipples for a minute? Like, oh, there, it's mirrored.
Mine are doing that now too, actually.
Boop.
Yeah,
That's just something that happens as you get older.
No.
This one's bigger than this one.
It 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were more symmetrical back in the day.
Yeah, I remember them being more symmetrical too.
Did you get a dick pic? You look like you just got a dick pic.
No, I have people being like, were you actually fucking in those pictures? Or did you, like, What? Okay.
Are you getting shade
Instagram.
right now?
I'm getting shade.
Controversy, scandal,
going down. You're like, we need a bell. I feel like you're gonna buy us a bell.
The bell is addictive. I think all podcasts should have them.
Oh my god, everybody needs a bell. Okay.
I mean, is that a compliment though, or not?
Okay.
Because it means that like
It sounds kind of shady.
Hold on, I'm having a moment. I'm like, who are you? I don't know you.
Did you actually though have sex?
No, I would have. Jesse, if you're listening, I would have been open to it.
Did you get naked at all besides lingerie?
No, because we ran out of light. So we talked so long and we drank too long that we were running out of light. So that like
candlelight.
the 2 hour got you can't. It doesn't really turn out in pictures in the same way that you would like it to. You would need like 100 candles.
Yeah, it's true. Like those hurricane nudes, that was candlelight.
I was gonna say, but that looked amazing.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, no,
But how close were you to the candles?
pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like on my bedside table.
So it's the
And I was
difference of like holding a selfie to you versus like having an actual other person.
right. That makes total
Is
sense.
a lot different. You could do it with candlelight. You would just need a fuck ton of candles.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, be a fire hazard.
I was just gonna say,
and then my fuck buddy would come. Shout out.
Fucking the fire.
Oh, I just named him. Fuck, I gotta bleep that. Oh shit.
You're like, oh, I just made more work for myself. I think that's the higher concern.
I actually like bleeping names.
Really?
I find it adds to the allure.
Yeah.
Period sex. We having period sex here? Because I actually quite enjoy it. But
I have an episode where I talk about some legendary period sex in great detail.
Yeah, it was pretty hot.
I gave a very, like, it was almost like an erotic novel moment.
So she is a yay for period sex.
Not always.
Not always.
Not
it
always.
depends on when, I think.
I am like, I will
I
only
was
have period sex
bleeding
like
like a
day
motherfucker.
4, day 5. So the very end.
And, yeah.
Like, I don't want nothing in here when I'm gushing.
Day one, no.
Okay,
Hell no.
see, but I'm normally like that. Yet, I was in a mood, and I wanted my period to be worshipped, and I wanted my pussy to be worshipped while I was bleeding like a motherfucker.
What are our thoughts on oral while in your period?
So I'm not really for it. My fuck buddy
Is for
is.
it. Oh.
So there's been times that he's messaged me and I've been like, I'm on my period, and he's like, I don't care. I'll still fucking go down on you. And he'll specifically say, go down on you. Where you could just say, like, let's fuck on your period. But he wants to go down.
That's kind of hot.
I think that's really hot, and then that makes me more comfortable doing it. But I still get weirded out by it.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
Just personally, I like to be
Ditto.
nice and clean down there.
Yeah.
So what's really funny is the biggest thing for me that's a turn off with period oral is I'm like, it would taste so irony.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my kind of thing. I'd like to find out like what it really tastes like.
Irony.
Yeah.
Is that like money? Like you're licking?
Yeah.
Like
What's funny is like I'm totally the weird kid that will like suck on cuts when you're bleeding. Like
Yeah.
I've always been that kid.
Interesting.
So I imagine it's that plus pussy taste.
But like there's clots sometimes.
Oh, I'm a clotty bitch.
I am also
like-
a clotty bitch.
Yeah, I'm a real clotty bitch.
Less so now that I've had my
That would
second
make
baby.
me gag if I was going down on someone and a clot came out. I'd be like,
See, we're grossed out by it. Like any guy who does that,
But some
ding
people
ding to you.
Or woman.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah. Oh,
or,
true, yeah.
or
Or non-binary.
Thank you.
All of them.
all the above. No, even when like a
Apparently
clot
I'm
comes
just
out in the
getting
toilet.
shit-faced
Go
today.
nuts.
Do it.
It's for you.
Fuck friends. Jesus.
Have more. You gotta. As long as you keep bearing your soul on here, you can keep drinking.
I don't need drinks
Okay,
for
I gotta
that. I love that I feel like switching places with her. That would be a shitty thing to do.
That would be fun though. Change it up. Yeah, I dig. I feel like I'm hornier on my period.
Sometimes. So I'm definitely one of those people that tends to get a little bit horny on her period. On her period.
Yeah.
Her period. I don't know why that's what fucking.
We're all of a sudden talking in accents and languages.
So I'm just laughing
It's the gin.
profusely. It's not the gin.
The gin certainly helps.
It doesn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't.
I just kind of want more ice in mine.
Thank you, friend. Brittany, bitch. I hope this is not in it. Jesus. And now you're gonna leave it in just for that, aren't you? Brittany, bitch. There's your quote for the week.
No, my quote is what? One of you said something.
We're too
weird.
drunk now.
There's a
Who
lot
cares?
of hilarious things being said.
Hilarity. That's
Hilarity ensues.
Momgasm.
Momgasm. Should we get another topic?
Yes, please. Momgasm brings the hilarity and the spirituality.
Ooh, dirty talk.
I fucking love me some dirty
Thank you.
talk.
You are like pro. I am like, oh.
So again, and I forget who it was, because
You've listened to a lot today.
I've listened to a lot today, but there is an aspect of listening to two female podcasters where I'm like, who's talking? And like now that I've hung out with you guys tonight, I can probably figure it out.
Though
a
I'd
lot
like
better.
to think that we sound very different.
No, we don't.
You don't.
We have the same tone.
You don't at all.
Yeah.
Talk like this more.
One of you was talking about how you were banging your man, and they were saying things that were like right out of porn, and
It's me.
and that you like told him, like,
And I was like, cut
you
that
called
shit
him out
out.
on it. I loved that.
Cut that shit out.
Like,
that was okay, but that was like 18 years old back in the day, fucking in his dad's
okay.
Outlander or whatever
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
What is it? The fucking Toyota Outlander? Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah?
It's not an Outback, but it's like I think it's the Outlander.
I love
Anyway.
car sex too.
I've never had car sex.
Honey, okay, car sex was their life for a long
I'm
time.
too tall, and Oliver's 6'4". Like, it just can't work. Unless we have a van.
Can't is a lie.
But we don't have a van.
Can't is a lie.
You really? Okay. You want to show us how to have sex in a car at
I
that
would.
height?
Can we
That
video
would be
that?
great in the
Can
van.
we, I was gonna say, can we video this?
Yes,
Because we have tried at Point Pleasant Park one night after a date.
it's always Point Pleasant Park.
Really? Is it? Okay, because that was
Everyone
our
fucks
first.
there. Everyone fucks there.
Your car is small as fuck.
It is tiny as fuck.
So don't blame the car sex.
Like, I was
blame
like,
your car.
Put it down.
Blame-
Put the seat
Blame your
down.
car. It's
Still
not.
didn't
It's
happen.
not
You
the
gotta put the
sex.
seat down.
Still didn't
You
happen.
don't have to.
The one time I did
Okay, you do not have to put the seat down.
no,
Doesn't work
But
for
it
us.
it actually would be hotter if it wasn't down.
It's not. It's way harder.
yeah.
If you can like straddle your man
Oh,
while he's
that.
sitting
Yeah, I
in
can't
the
even.
front of the seat and you like slow grind on him, it's hot as fuck.
Oh yeah, that's right up my alley.
Right?
Yeah, that's right.
And you're
up my
doing like
alley.
you're
That's-
doing like the hunt. I'm using the mic
Yeah.
now as my husband.
Yeah.
You're doing like the hunched over, like oh
Yeah. Oh, the visual we got up in here. This is fucking. We're giving the listeners a treat on this one on YouTube. Yes.
fucking titties out.
But what was it? Oh yeah, dirty talk. My favorite kind of dirty talk is when they actually narrate a future scenario.
Oh,
That's my favorite.
I've never had this happen.
Yeah.
That's usually the one, the kind that like really.
I would
gets me
like
going.
this to happen.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, if you're listening.
So
Actually, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. So Dirty Talk came into play with us when we were talking about threesomes.
Ooh, that's in here too.
Yeah.
What are our thoughts on threesomes?
So we've been talking about threesomes extensively lately, where we're very interested about getting an attractive male
Ooh, Devil's Three-Way.
into the picture, who is very interested in giving pleasure. So somebody who I'm like actively like prospecting people on your podcast at this point.
Message us.
Message us, please. So we're looking for somebody who is hungry to give pleasure, who doesn't necessarily need penetration, and is like really turned on by
Being with a couple.
being with a couple, and also like, so my partner is really turned on by giving pleasure. Like that's
Yeah.
his biggest turn on. So it's
Yeah.
like the more I'm
Lucky girl.
oh my God, it's amazing. It's amazing. So the more that I'm turned on, the more he's turned on, and it's oh my God. So ideally we would like somebody like that, because we're trying to find somebody who, I'm not ready for penetration yet from another person. He's not ready for penetration yet with another person, but we're very interested in like bringing more energy into the bedroom in a way that feels safe for us.
That's amazing.
It's not off the table completely, but it's one of those things where we're like, we are gonna need to work
baby
our way
steps.
up
Baby
to that.
steps. Yes.
But the idea of like somebody sucking on my tits while I'm getting fucked, or like like any scenario, or like making out with somebody else while my partner is fucking me, or like somebody licking my clit or touching my clit while somebody else is fucking me.
That
Like,
would be
like that to me is just
like where you don't have to do anything.
Where I
You're
just get
being
to be like-
worshipped. Yeah. What? That would be like, that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
right. I'm like
Yeah.
two boys, three
Two
boys,
boys.
4 boys. Let's
See,
go.
I'm a
All
2
boys.
girls, 1 boy.
See, I think I would want my first threesome to be with another woman, but I would want to experience the 2 men.
So what's interesting is dirty talk was a big like no for us for a long time, because I was like, stop quoting porn. It's weird. Like, do you like when my cock is inside you?
So original.
Take my cock deeper.
I won't lie, that kind of does it for me too.
Does not. It does not for me.
Yeah, I'm not. I like that.
That being said,
Maybe
for
it's a Sarah thing.
Oh, Sarah's everywhere. I like to take the cock deeper.
do you want the cock deeper? Oh.
Okay, wait. Do you prefer cock or dick?
I think cock.
I was
Same.
like, don't say dick.
Dick,
It's cock.
Dick is, it feels childish.
Yep.
Do you want my penis deeper?
Oh, penis would be the worst.
Penis,
right?
yeah.
Cock is the hottest.
Now, do you prefer pussy, cunt,
I like cunt.
vagina, or whatever other
Pussy is number one.
pussy?
For sure.
Absolutely.
Mind you, it's been a journey to get to there. I
Or
used to hate
your love
Really?
I
slit.
used to hate the word.
Your love slit.
Love slit. Your wizard sleeve.
Your sheep.
No, I like pussy.
Did you know? Did you know that vagina stems from like it means like a sword's sheath?
Oh, I didn't
So
know
I
that.
fucking hate the word
Could you
vagina.
imagine a sword going up your fucking puss?
That's a penis, bitch. The penis is the sword.
No, but I'm saying an actual sword.
Yeah.
I got that. I got that one.
I'm like, I'm more than your fucking holder, bitch. I'm not your place to just rest your penis. So dirty talk was a no-go for us for a long time. But when we started introducing and talking about threesomes, he started bringing in dirty talk in a way that was delightful, where he would be like fucking me from behind and then casually be like, and imagine if somebody was licking your nipples.
Yeah. See, future scenario. I love it.
And it was like the moment he started, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. See, yeesh. Be careful.
Yeesh?
I'm gonna be careful how I say this. I was in a
you though?
long distance phone relationship.
Long distance phone.
I had a
fucking.
phone friend that we would do that with, and so there was no chance of getting together ever. So the dirty talk was all around. This is what I would do if I was there.
Okay, this is interesting. I used to do this a lot because we talked about all of my weird chat room boyfriends.
Do you remember chat rooms like
Yes.
Napster, LimeWire?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Or if you were super cool, chess chat rooms, because that was my jam for a while.
Wow.
I was a really cool chess nerd.
Wow.
Or Palace. Do you remember? Was that a thing for you? Palace was a thing for me.
so.
Oh man, it was great. It was like with the dolls avatars.
Do you remember those?
Oh, I know that's familiar. Now that you said dolls. I
Yeah.
know.
Do you remember those like little weird like women doll avatars?
You could like change what they're
They were also
wearing.
stylish.
And
Oh my God.
it
I
was,
need to
yeah.
actually Google image.
Yeah.
Google image. What was it called? Palace.
Palace chat room or something, or Palace days, or fuck. Oh Jesus
Holy
Christ!
shit. Palace chat.
It was. I feel like it still exists. Oh yeah, this was at the Palace. It was the Palace.
Yes. Oh my god.
Okay, people. I don't know if you can see this, but you're welcome. You're welcome for that visual.
Oh my god.
This. Oh Jesus, that was my life. That was my life growing up because I had like minimal friends, and I had a lot of online boyfriends.
I love it.
And so that was one of those things where it's like I wasn't very sexually active, but I was very sexually curious, and so future scenarios was like a big thing. So like dirty talk was actually a very big thing, but it was like dirty texting.
Yes.
Where it was very like it's essentially cyber sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was very done in the sense of like, well, if I did this, what would you do?
Exactly.
Right? And I'm like, well, I would do this, bitch.
It's so hot. I fucking
It's so
love
hot.
it.
It was.
I think I could totally do a long distance relationship.
It was.
now.
Yeah?
Yeah, just based on like my skills in that area. I sound like I'm at an interview. Jesus Christ, what's the job position?
I like that I'm closer to this. I like that I could access this now.
Food and sex.
I have not, and I want to.
Actually, well, kinda. Now that I think about it, because I remember we talked about this before, and I was like, I've never done food and sex.
Please.
I remember you saying that. But there was
Jeffrey, if you're listening,
there was this one time that I was eating an apple, and I remember Ollie looking at me, and he was just like, "You look like you're the picture of Eve," because we were totally naked. I just had a robe on, and I was eating an apple, and I was just like, that was kind of hot. And then I went upstairs, and I think I just was like chilling. I don't know what I was doing, eating my apple, and then I was like, I kind of feel like I want to finger myself. Started doing that, and I was just like, I'm gonna like really turned on by just eating this fucking apple. Him saying I look like the picture of Eve. Went downstairs, he was jerking it, I just hopped on, and that was like one of the hottest fucking things
Oh my God.
that like has ever happened.
Holy shit.
Right? All because of that one comment about the apple.
Well, I mean, that's like, that probably made you feel powerful.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
And upstairs I was like, God damn, yeah. I am totally fucking Eve.
I'm just picturing myself eating like a donair, all sloppy. I'm like...
I'm also like, oh God, I want a donair.
I think we all want some drunk food at this point.
I really would eat it. Oh, my eyes are so crooked right now. It's awesome.
You know what?
I would eat the shit out of a donair.
We are over time, so we're gonna.
Also,
I'm sad.
something
What are
to
you
do
talking
with.
about all this?
or we can just keep going, and you could have 2 episodes out of this.
You know what we could do? Let's close this one out, and then we'll do some extra footage, and I'll post it like again.
My fucking pelvic floor physiotherapist is going to be at the show tomorrow.
Yeah.
She's doing a workshop.
What your show is this again? It's the name
So
of
it's
the podcast.
the I Hear You
I Hear
series.
You.
So it's going to be a limited series podcast, and then it's also a web series.
Ooh.
That's their main thing, is they're a web series, and they're also doing a mini podcast series. So they're
That's amazing.
That's just really weird. I opened my phone and I was like, I know her. She's supposed to be on the show, so now I'm gonna be like,
yeah.
do you want to come on the show?
Yes. So we're gonna close this one out, but we might
friends,
keep recording because there's one topic that I want to talk about.
Oh, please!
Do we want to just talk about?
We can talk about it now.
Let's just fucking talk about it now. It's squirting. So those who listen to Intoxicated know that I've been wanting to do this forever, and I can't figure it out.
Well, then you need the Octopussy.
Octopussy.
Sacred squirter.
I know. I just prefer.
So here's my thing.
I just prefer the Octopussy as a name so much better.
But don't go Googling octopus. I don't know what the fuck's going to come up.
Yeah, I
find
might
out.
get Octopus Girl again. We're coming full circle on this podcast. We started with octopuses, and now we're ending with them. I feel like, so do you guys squirt?
She knows how to squirt.
a movie!
Of course. Oh, it's a James Bond movie, right?
Oh God,
Isn't it a Bond movie?
I think so. It's great.
you squirt?
I have twice. So I've squirted twice. The first time, I cried a lot.
What?
I cried a lot
From joy?
Oh yeah. But it was like, it wasn't just joy. It was like this experience of release. Like it was.
Whoa.
It was this very like, I was crying like from in here kind of feeling.
Oh goddamn.
And it was unreal. Like the amount of unexpected pleasure that I experienced. Also the most amazing thing. Did I show you the John Cena like gif that Jeff sent me, and he was like, this was this was like me in seeing you squirt, and it's like the most accurate thing, where he was like so it's like this moment of like, what happened to the
I can imagine that dudes would love that.
He was pumped about it, and it like when it happened, it very much felt like he was on a mission to get it there. But I was also very much in the place where I had to shift out of the place of we're gonna get it, we're gonna get there, it's gonna happen, to I'm just surrendering to whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna breathe. And it was very much like we talked about this earlier in the episode with Harry.
Breathe
that,
in.
like breathe it down. Breathe it down instead of like getting up here.
Which we do so much.
It was a lot of like having to relax everything and breathe it down, breathe it down, breathe it down, until I got to the point where I was like, get out.
So was it G-spot? Like fingering or?
So it was a combo. So he started with eating me out. while fingering me and doing very much like the come hither. So I keep saying like come hither.
Yeah,
friends.
it's very important.
Like this come hither motion. And then like what's really fucking funny is this happened like while my fucking, I think like 14-month-old or 13-month-old or 12-month-old at the time was on the floor fucking around with shit. My 4-year-old was supposed to be sleeping and she wasn't. So it's like there was kid interruptions. It was the least ideal opportunity. We got interrupted a whole bunch of times, but we just kept coming back to it. And every time we got interrupted, I was like, well, I kind of feel like keeping it going. So I would be like stroking my clit a little bit just to like, you know, it's like just enough to keep me interested.
Yeah.
Without like getting anywhere.
Right.
And yeah, so fuck, man. It went from like this and the eating out to like just this while he was like yelling at Alexis to do something. And then eventually we were fucking, he was standing at the end of the bed and I was like, my ass was up to the edge of the bed and I was pressing my feet. This has been like the position that I find the best for hitting my G-spot. Pressing my feet into the earth and then like lifting my hips. And it's like, oh my
You've got to have that tilt.
The tilt.
Right? It's this like, but I find a pillow doesn't work for me. I want to get a wedge pillow and see if that makes a difference. I'm going to find a company that will send us some wedge pillows.
Everyone that I've talked to has said, like, because I've asked advice, they're like, you've got to get your butt elevated. And whoever is doing it to you, you're doing it to yourself.
It's like the penis is going this way instead of just this way.
Yeah.
So it's like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Right.
But at the same time, like he was deep and it was, I think he was also stimulating my A spot too, because it was like, he was like somehow like nudging my G spot and also like getting really deep. And it was super incredible. And then finally there was a point where I was like, get out. Like it was this really like, it felt like my entire body was going to tense. And I yelled to him. I was like, get out. And as soon as he did, I like clenched down and it was like,
whoa! Oh my god! I want to do it so bad.
The sheets.
Me too.
I truly do.
I soaked the sheets and it was great.
I feel like when I have a really good like masturbation session, sometimes like right after, I'll feel like I have to pee, and I'll go to the bathroom, and it won't feel like pee. Like I'm stuff is coming out, but it's
close. You're close.
I think I am.
You were very close.
I think I am.
Close. And there is that like aspect of like, do I need to pee?
Yeah.
And you kind of have to just relax and let it go. Yeah. That's what I hear from everybody.
And it's not just relax and let it go. It's actively breathe into it. Actively like bring all of your energy into it and see what happens.
Probably can't do this when you're drunk, eh?
You could.
You probably could.
I feel like drunk sex, like, it's just so sloppy. I feel like for squirting, I'd want to be sober.
Okay, here's the difference. I feel like there's slightly inebriated sex.
Yeah.
And then there's drunk sex. Drunk sex is
which is different.
Sloppy.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing about this episode.
Depth perception.
I don't think an episode has ever made me more horny in my life.
Yes!
I think someone's going to text later tonight.
Mission accomplished.
This, you guys, holy fuck. I haven't even touched, like, it's the tip of the iceberg. Like, I still want to talk, like, I want to have you back on, obviously. Yeah. Talk, like, childbirth and stuff, because I have so many questions about that. But
I have a lot of fun answers.
This was insane and amazing. And I love you guys.
Oh my God, I fucking love
and
you too.
I love what you're doing.
I love you too.
I love being oversharing with you guys.
Yes. Oh, yes.
We're oversharers. And we're coming together.
My pussy's warm.
And obviously fucking subscribe to their podcast. Please. Like right fucking now as you're hearing this. Go subscribe.
Ooh,
if you're into this will come out this will come out actually like a couple days before your live show. So there might still be tickets available. So
I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not.
We hope you can't go.
But I hope you can't go.
In case
but if you can, go.
Or just stand outside like a stalker fan and then come in after the show's over and say hi to you guys.
Let's do it.
Plug all your shit. Where can they find your social media?
Plug all my shit?
Well,
okay, get me an ass plug. Get me a pussy plug.
Where can people find Momgasm?
Instagram, Facebook, Momgasm Podcast.
Technically, we're on Twitter too, but I'm terrible at keeping that up to date.
No one is good at Twitter.
Yeah.
That's not true. Some people are incredibly good at Twitter.
Yeah.
I am not one of those people.
I'm not either.
Oh, you could also find us on Patreon if you really want to support us.
Please,
if you can't come to a live show, this is like the next best thing. We have a lot of insider content, stuff we've never released.
We have bloopers on there, bitches.
A whole lot of bloopers.
Amazing.
Some secret episodes that have never been released.
Oh, we have the drunk episode on
we
there.
do. We have a very revealing
We got drunk, awkwardly hit on our waiter, made him
Downtown.
super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was
So
a
you
good
can find us at
time.
Momgasm Podcast on Patreon. I think that's it. That's for pretty much everyone.
Patreon, Instagram,
Yeah.
and follow you guys on there, and hopefully more live shows.
my God.
Hopefully
Yes.
merch.
Also,
coming
like,
out.
Yes, 2020. Look out for merch.
2020.
It's coming.
Coming, yes.
I will be buying something from
Oh,
there.
all of it. You're
Yeah.
gonna have the whole line.
I'm so stoked for you guys. Congratulations on all the fucking awesome things you're doing.
Thanks, you.
And this was so much fucking fun.
This was
Oh my
delightful.
god!
Also
Oh my god!
this.
There's so much to talk about. It's insane how much I want to just pick your brains about. Like,
yeah.
it's crazy. So you guys get to end the episode with a bell ring. Like, joint. You have to do it together, and it has to be magical.
1, 2, 3.
Yay!